Right. I think we're live. Hey everyone, welcome to VCG Con Day 5. Although it's kind of an abbreviated day because of, you know, life stuff happens. But thanks for tuning in. Tonight we're playing Alien, the RPG put out and published by our friends at Free League Publishing. And I'm so excited that this person is making their game mother debut, and actually they're just debut in general on the show. My friend John Marron. John, thanks for coming on and running Alien for us tonight.
Hey, no problem. Happy to do it.
Now, John, you and I both have help out with Free League from time to time at various events. But you also work in the RPG industry, and you want to tell folks a little bit about yourself?
Sure, yeah. I'm a freelance editor, primarily on translated games. So I've done a lot of work for a number of different companies, primarily Swedish companies, oddly enough. So I've worked for Ringen when they were on their own. And then for Free League, I've done a bunch of books for them. Riot Minds, worked on their True to Vang line and their Lexicultum line. So yeah, I just sort of stumbled into this weird niche of editing translated RPGs. So
that's awesome. Hey, yeah. There's a need for it. Because there's a lot of folks making some really cool, RPGs over there in Sweden. So, all right, now let's also introduce our players tonight. I'm going to go around and introduce. Of course, you've seen him on the show a few times. He's a wonderful author and game designer in his own right. You saw him earlier this week running Happiest Apocalypse on Earth, Mr. Christopher Gray.
Oh, that's me. I am Christopher Gray, author of Happiest Apocalypse on Earth and the Great American Novel, the role-playing game, and currently working on the Great American Witch, which will be my next game. If you want to check that out, tune in on Wednesday night here at Victory Condition Gaming, and I will be running a session of that. Looking forward to tonight. Aliens is one of my all-time favorite movies. Alien is also one of my all-time favorite movies.
Awesome. Yeah, I love this game, and is this the first time you've played this game?
Yeah, I've read it, and it feels very similar to mechanic wise as to the other Free League games, and I'm really interested to see how it translates to in this environment.
Sure, cool. Let's go next to Christopher is from Gamers Against Alzheimer's, Mr. Jordan Streeter.
Hello.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming on and being a part of this stream.
Oh, no problem. I'm very excited to play. I just watched the first movie about 2 a.m. today.
For the first time,
is that the one they broke quarantine?
Yes.
Good lessons in that movie.
There's some great lessons in that movie.
That
happened. I'm like, oh, I get what happens.
So you just watched the first movie just for the first time earlier?
Yes.
This morning.
Yes.
Wow.
I think I get
it. And next to Jordan is also just tearing up the RPG world with his stuff, and freelancing and doing all this things and projects. Mr. Will Munn.
Hey. I'm really excited about this. I love Alien, and it's nothing like Zorro, the game that just got released that I was working on with Gallant Knight Games. But man, this is super exciting. I have dice, I have books, I've got everything. I love this. Really excited. Yeah.
Nice. Is this the first time you've played this?
It is, yeah.
All right, and making his VCG debut, Pablo.
Hey there, thanks a lot.
And thank you for repping the brand, by the way.
Of course, gotta rep the brand. Wisdom is my dubstep.
Oh, look at that! We got two folks.
There we go. Yeah, I'm just really happy to play the game and be a part of it. As soon as I saw it coming out, I was like, what better time to try and play it?
Sure. You're a big Alien fan?
Oh yeah, I've watched the whole 4 movies originally, Prometheus, A versus P series. I love all of it. It's always been interesting and a Also, the beauty of the darkness that it is really, really, really cool.
Nice. Yeah, I totally agree. All right. This is me. We're going to mute just a second. I am going to. This is usually what I do. Is I just kind of condense the show into this great big ball here. Let me just get it ready for you, John. Here you go. And you're ready to catch this? All right, here we go. There you go. There's my show. It's in your hands. Take it away. Let's do this.
All right. So since a lot of folks have not played, well, no one actually has played the game before. I'm going to go do a quick rundown on the mechanics, how it works. It's a very straightforward system. If you've played any of the other Free League games, as somebody mentioned, the core mechanics are very similar. It's a D6 die pool system. In this case, you've got 4 stats. You've got strength, wits, agility, and empathy. Those are all rated from usually 1 to 5 or so. And then there are 12 skills that key off of those stats. So there's 3 skills per stat. And those are usually rated from between 0 and 3. So when you go to do an action, you just add your stat and your skill together and roll that many dice, what they call base dice in Alien, which are, as I said, you guys should have a couple of colors of D6 there, a pile of 2 different colors. So pick one of those to be your base dice. That's what you're going to be rolling for most of your activity. The other color is the unique aspect of the Alien system versus the other Free Leagues, which is the stress dice. Most of the Free League games have a mechanism where if you roll dice, so the goal is when you roll your pool of D6s, every 6 counts as a success. So normally you only need 1 6 to succeed at the task. Extra 6s let you do what are called stunts, give you bonuses. You can do extra damage in combat or do something faster than normal, do it in an impressive way, things like that. If you don't roll any 6s, though, you can usually push your roll, which means you pick up all of your non-6 dice and re-roll them, hoping to get a 6 the second time. But every time in Alien that you do that, you add a stress point to your character, and you add in a stress die to your roll. So, oops, sorry, dogs. Over time, those stress dice will mount, not only from pushing your rolls, but from also seeing horrible things. A lot of things in the game can add into your stress total. So I'll just tell you as that happens. And you will see, it's kind of nice to have the 2 different colors of dice, because you'll see as the stress dice start mounting, it adds to the tension quite a bit. So that's really the core mechanic. I mean, pretty simple at that.
Good thing this won't be stressful, though, right? I mean,
not at all. There's nothing
No,
stressful
okay.
about this situation, particularly.
That's good. All right.
Xenomorphs are your friend.
Exactly. Anybody have any questions?
We're supposed to be wearing face masks anyway, right?
Right.
Right now.
Exactly.
Yeah. Whoops.
Yeah. All right. So any rules questions right off the bat or anything? No. All right. If not, I'll give you the basic setup, and then we'll introduce the characters. So basically, all of your characters are the inhabitants of a space station called the Kharkov Station, which is run by the Seegson Corporation. It's in United America's space, but it's a private facility. But there is a United America's presence here in the form of a colonial marshal. It sort of represents that government on the station. And the situation is that a ship has shown up near the station broadcasting a distress signal. It's an old Corax class salvage vessel called the Menelaus. But it just keeps repeating this automated distress signal and requesting docking. So the station chief has decided that it's also, they've picked up that it's got a slight radiation count on it. So the chief has asked the colonial marshal to pull together a sort of impromptu posse to kind of go across and check the ship out before they allow it to dock with the station, which is who you guys are. So you want to go through and introduce yourself, your character. You guys have character sheets. You can sort of take a look and see who you are. Start with Doug, I guess.
That's fine. I am Officer Lloyd Darlington. I have pretty much, I'm basically I got my standard uniform and my patches, and I'm pretty much the typical officer type. I guess I have curly hair, and my buddy is Dr. Lou,
Who's
and yeah,
not playing, but yeah.
okay. And my rival is Marshall Cano.
All right, well, that's a
Marshall
good. There is, in fact. This is a good way to introduce that too. So you've got on your sheet, you've got listed a buddy and a rival in the system. So basically, it just gives you an immediate relationship with a couple other characters. Because these were pre-gens that were set up ahead of time, some of those characters won't show up and play because I made eight pre-gens for 5 people. So if that happens, you've also, by the way, got a personal agenda. Don't mention that when you're describing your character.
Yeah.
That's a secret. So that's just up to you. That gives you a kind of cues on how to play your character.
Gotcha.
And by the way, Doug, so you're officer, you work for the Seekson Corporation.
Okay. I work for this. Okay. And what was the name of that corporation again? The Seekson?
Seekson, Seegson.
Uh-huh.
They're the ones who own the space station you guys all live on.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know who Marshall Cano is. Is that one of us?
It is.
All right. Yeah. Let me. I guess Marshall, my rival. I guess introduce yourself. Is it Will?
That's me.
Yes.
Yeah. I am Marshall Akira Cano. And yeah, I have my buddy is also Dr. Lou, and my rival is Darlington. Yeah, I'm in uniform because I'm a marshal, and wear a ball cap, and got a, yeah. We'll leave it at that.
All right, Pablo, maybe who you playing?
Sure. I'm playing Tracy Masters. I'm a roughneck, a little bit dirtier, work coveralls, got a deputy badge. Sorry about the hands, they're a little dirty. Definitely my buddy is Marshall Cano.
No.
But my rival is Okafor. I don't know who that is. So got a couple little like standard stuff where, you might think a roughneck might have is, cut and torch and help fix things and keep this place running.
What was your character's name again?
Character's name is Tracy Masters.
So you're basically a worker on the station who's been deputized by the marshal.
Yeah. No formal training, but I do what I can.
So since your rival's Okafor, let's go ahead and go on to that character.
Okay, I am Robert Okafor. I work for the company, but don't hold that against me. I'm actually a really, really good guy. Just trying to keep the dollars and cents coming. That's all. Pay for the lights. Oh, PFC Mulroney is my buddy.
Who's not playing currently.
Not playing. Okay, but Marshall and I, we don't exactly see eye to eye on a lot of things. I think he'll come around to my point of view sometimes when when it makes sense for him.
All right.
I think that leaves Jordan, right?
Yeah.
All right. I am playing Dr. Yusuf Aboud. I'm a scientist. I have dark hair and eyes and a lab coat. My buddy is Okafor. Rival, Darlington.
Why does everybody seem to not like me?
You know what you did. You're about to know what you did.
All right. So one other thing I'll make a note of on your character sheet there, you've got a signature item that's marked down there, and what that's useful for, you don't have to mention what it is currently, but you may want to bring it into play eventually, because what happens is if you can ever get any sort of downtime, you can reduce your stress. And if you have your signature item once per session, you can interact with that in some way, and then that helps reduce your stress even more. So that's just a little something that sort of, it's your touchstone to help you deal with the stresses of everyday life on the space station. Because nothing unusual is going to happen on this ship, I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
If you want to rename your screens, we can do that. I totally
Yeah.
forgot to. So
Yeah, if you're not familiar, if you go hover over your picture, there's a three little dots up in the right corner. You can click on that and it lets you rename your window.
there we go. Awesome.
All right, that should help.
All right, very good. All right, so as I said, the current situation is the ship has shown up near the station. The station chief doesn't want to allow it to dock. It's trying to automatically dock, and they're not giving it the signals to allow it to do that. So he's asked the marshal to pull together a sort of impromptu posse and head over to investigate what's going on with the ship before they allow it to connect up to the station. So you guys are in a small shuttle that's headed over. You've got a pilot who's taking you over, Ortiz. And we'll start with you guys docking at an airlock on the ship itself. The ship is massive, but the actual area, it's sort of like the Nostromo in the first movie. It's sort of a tug that pulls something bigger often. But in this case, the ship is, the style of ship is designed as a sort of salvage ship. So they go out and gather up salvage from areas. So yeah, so your shuttle docks, connects to the airlock. You can hear the airlock cycle through and open up, and so you won't have any need to be in pressure suits to get into the ship. You can check. The pilot tells you they've checked their readings and that the air is breathable. So the airlock opens, and you guys can head on in whatever fashion you want to do.
All right, I'm gonna just immediately try to walk in front of everybody and get in there first.
Typical.
I'll be right behind the officer there.
All right. Yeah, you can.
I'll let the
come in.
uniforms go, and
Yeah.
then I'll kind of stroll in a little later.
Probably smart. Yeah. So as you sort of lower yourself down the hatch, through the hatch into the airlock, it opens up into a short corridor that runs into a very large vehicle bay. The lights in the ship are down. You can hear faintly in the background like a klaxon going off, like an alarm sounding. But as the pilot suggested, the air is breathable. It's a little bit stale. But yeah, that's the situation. So as you come out of that little corridor, you open up into a very large vehicle bay. There's a couple of land vehicles in there and a small shuttle of its own.
Anything?
Go ahead, Will.
Oh yeah, just gonna say anything unusual looking, out of place, etc.
Now, the only thing noticeable is that the lights are low, and that it seems like maybe that's a power saving condition or something. But yeah, otherwise, there's no action, there's no movement. You don't see anything. There's no one around.
There's no one there to greet us at all.
No. Yeah,
Was this vessel on a mission contracted by a company or by
you
government?
don't know. Yeah, you can tap into, if you can find a terminal here on the ship, you may be able to get into it and see what's going on. But as far as you know, you're not certain yet.
Do these vehicles have any insignia on them that's in this bay?
Yeah. This one's it's an independent ship called the Menelaus.
Okay.
Is there a panel nearby that we can access?
Where you guys are, there is not, but there are corridors leading out from this large bay. So there's an airlock on the far side of the bay as well. There's corridors to your right as you enter and two to your left. And there's a repair station on the left-hand wall. It's a lot of tools, mechanical stuff for repairing vehicles.
No people though, huh?
No people.
No people. Are there any signs of, like, when we walk in, does things look like kind of put back in their place, or was everything kind of just left where it was?
Everything looks like it's where it should be stowed for when they're traveling normally. The one thing you will notice is that one of the land vehicles, it's called a tractor. It's got, obviously it's been planet-side not too long ago because it's got caked on dirt on the tracks and things.
Okay.
I'm gonna go over to the repair station
Hmm.
and check out the tools and see if there's anything that's like noteworthy that I can that I could probably use later.
I
Or is
mean,
there anything that I can see there that might come in handy?
yeah, I mean, there's plenty of, just standard tool stuff. There is a cutting torch, a welding torch. There's a bolt gun, which is a thing that's designed to, shoot bolts through metal, but it actually can be, in a pinch, utilized as a weapon. Tracy Masters there will probably know their way around the tools section pretty well. So
Is there cargo in here?
this is not a cargo bay, so there's not the only thing in here. There's the 3 vehicles, but there are you would expect there to be cargo bays on this ship.
You said there's 3 corridors. One to
Yeah,
my left.
there's one off to your right. There's another obvious airlock directly opposite you on the far side of the bay, and there's 2 corridors off to your left.
I'm gonna jerk out my hand so that I can look at my Rolex watch.
Oh yes.
Well, let's stay sharp, people. We really do need to find an inventory on this craft so we can get back to the station. So where do you think a terminal is?
Gotta be
Oh, and we need to look for people.
Well, I think we could do that on the way, at least looking for people, but definitely not gonna be down here. So why don't we head towards the bridge? Chances are that's the best place. There's gonna be a terminal for everything.
You
Yeah,
would go ahead. I would say you guess the bridge is probably off to your right as you enter.
All right. So let's head
Right,
right.
everyone?
Yeah, you start to head right.
Sure. You head up that way. As I say, the lighting's kind of low, so you got to sort of pick your way between the vehicles. It's just oddly still in here besides that distant alarm you're hearing. But you come up to a corridor that obviously leads up to what looks like the bridge. As you enter there, you can see there's a number of there's pilot chair, co-pilot chair. There's seems like maybe a science station. There's definitely a terminal, and you see as you enter who's entering first.
I'm going to enter first.
Darlington, you're going to push the way to the front. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you will see that someone is in here. There's someone sitting in the co-pilot chair.
All right. I'm gonna yell out to them and say, "Hey, what's going on here?"
So this individual takes a moment to sort of notice you're there, and then sort of gets up and slowly turns around. It's a man, short blonde hair, dressed in a uniform coveralls for the ship. You can see there's a Menelaus patch and a name patch that says Malvern. And they've got under the Menelaus patch, there's a clear, like a caduceus. It's a medic patch. And he just kind of turns and sees you all coming in and looks very vacant, like maybe he's in shock or something.
I'm just gonna wave my hand in front of him, like, "Hey, you can tell me what's going on?"
He'll sort of slowly ease up out of the chair onto his feet and sort of turn to you all and say, "I don't know who you are, but I'm glad you're here. Something's gone wrong. Something's affected the crew. They've all kind of gone crazy. And then the ship was damaged, and God, I don't know what's happened since then."
Are you hurt?
Good.
Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine actually. He says, "But are you a rescue team?"
We're not a rescue team, but we'll help you.
Good.
Listen, Medic Malvern, how was your ship damaged?
Oh well, it's all kind of blurry. I mean, we put down on a mining colony to drop off some supplies and resupply, and something came back with the crew, and they all started acting crazy. The guys who'd been out.
What do you mean something came back with the crew?
Were they sick?
Yeah, they were sick, but initially, and then just started acting really weird, and at some point, I could hear over the intercom someone had turned on the destruct system on the ship, but thankfully that was halted. But I think there's some damage to the reactor, and I know that Pritchard and Ayane went back there to work on it, but I haven't seen them or heard from them in a while.
Wow. But your ship was damaged and people were concerned enough to want to destroy it?
That's yeah, I don't know why, but that's I remember, I heard that over the intercom, so
That's not good.
yeah. But can we get off the ship, or you guys have a ship of your own?
We'll worry about that in a little bit once we know things are good here.
Well, there's certain protocols that we need to follow for
Yeah.
your safety and the safety of your crew, safety of the contents of your vessel, as well as the station. So just relax. We'll get you out of here. It would be good to know why you hold yourself up in here instead of. Well, where is your crew?
Well, like I said, Pritchard and Ayane went back to work on the reactor, and I haven't heard from them in a while. And then Captain Reno's dead.
Dead.
Yeah.
So who's in charge?
Well, nobody, I think. Me, maybe. I don't know. I don't know anybody else is alive. But yeah, I just want to get off. If you guys have a way to get me out of here.
I mean, we will take care of that when the time comes, but like my counterpart here, Robert here said, we got to make sure things are safe first.
Sure, yeah, I get that, but I'd be careful.
Wait, what do you mean dead?
Well, I mean,
is there some sort of, what, are they sick? Did they?
I heard her screaming. I heard her screaming over the intercom. Yeah.
I'm gonna close the door of the bridge.
That sounds like maybe there was a crime that was committed.
Yeah.
Is there someone else on board the ship that might have had something in for your captain?
Well, not that I know of. I mean, not initially anyway. Everything seemed to be going fine until we put down on that colony, and then, there was the deaths. I got 2 people into the cryo bins, but yeah, it just everything went kind of crazy.
Was the captain logging what had happened? Is there a record of anything from someone who maybe knew more about what was going on than you?
Yeah, you can pull it up here if you want. There's the terminal. Try to get in there. Here, I'll key in for you. So,
Marshall, if it's not too much of a burden, and I know you don't like it when I ask you to do things, but if it's not going to put you out too much, if it's not going to bother you, if you could just look in your systems there at that terminal and see what the manifest says, and also access any of the security cameras so that we can review what happened. But I really need to know what's on the manifest.
We'll get to the manifest, Okafor. Don't worry.
That should be part of the priority.
I know that's your priority. We have to figure out what's going on here too. We have to keep people safe.
Manifest ain't going anywhere.
The manifest might have clues.
You said the people that you got into the cryo chambers, you said they were infected as well.
Yeah, they weren't acting normal, that's for sure. So
I'd like to take a look at them if at all possible.
Sure, I can take you back there. That's fine. By the way, as an aside, so technically, the ship, since it hasn't docked with the station yet, is not Seegson property. It's in United America's space. So it's technically the Marshal probably has the most jurisdiction on here.
Well, I'm not suggesting piracy. Of course not.
No,
Or requisition.
Just letting you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you could do is when Malvern opens up the terminal for you, you can pull up a map of the ship to begin with. Let me go ahead and I will share my screen with you, and you can see that. I can figure out how to do that. There we go. Okay, if you can see that. So this is the bay you're in right now, or you entered through this airlock. This is the bridge you're in now. So there's a sort of schematic of the rest of the ship as you go down. So I'll have that in the background. Anytime you want to know kind of where you are, you are relative to other stuff, let me know. We'll go back and I'll share screen with that. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So anything else you want to pull up specifically on the computer? Go ahead and give me, if whoever's doing it, you can give me a ComTech roll.
The manifest.
Okay. That's gonna be pretty easy. I'll give you a +2 on that. So ComTech
Oh, no,
is a skill.
It's Marshall doing. That's the Marshall doing that. I'm not.
Oh no, let's let someone who knows how to do this computery stuff handle it. Yeah.
Yeah, Okafor, if you want to try to
I
pull
can
up
do it.
I suppose it's up to me.
Okay. Yeah, so the way it works is since ComTech is a wits-based skill, you're going to add your wits value, your ComTech value, and then +2 because this is a very easy task you're doing, and roll that many base dice.
Okay, so wits is my best.
You're the scientist.
I mean, I would hope so. That's yeah.
Yeah.
I would hope
Wits is
so,
my
too.
best too. I could help if you need it.
Okay, so it's my wits is 5, my ComTech is 3, so that's 8 dice.
8 dice.
Correct?
+2 because it's a simple task. So in this case, since you don't have any stress yet, you can use stress dice if you want to, and we won't treat them as stress dice. And if you do want to help Okafor, the way helping this game works is if you have a relevant ability that can help, you just add another base die onto the person's roll.
In addition to ComTech.
In addition,
that's
I mean,
good.
ComTech,
in addition to ComTech. Yeah.
No, that works as you're helping.
Yeah. Okay.
It's sort of like in D&D, if you give somebody advantage, they get that advantage die. You know, weird.
Yeah, in this case, you just add one more into their pool. Yeah.
Exactly.
I think I'd like to use observation. I'm looking for things maybe he's not.
Okay. Well, you don't have to make a roll. You just, if you're
right.
helping, it automatically gives.
But that's how I'm helping.
Sure.
It gives me one more die.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
Good, because
You have to
my
11
God.
dice right now.
Yeah.
Did you roll 11 dice and not get a success, Jordan?
I rolled 11 dice and got exactly 1.
One success. Okay. Well,
That's all you
This
need.
is on brand for my dice.
yeah. Well, that's good
Might need
because
to
it
get them new dice.
means you
I
don't have
really
to push your roll. So that's good. Yeah. So you pull up the manifest. So basically, what they're carrying is it looks like they're carrying some salvaged mining equipment, which is pretty valuable stuff. It's pretty. At least potentially sellable for quite a bit.
But does that belong to my company or do I know?
It doesn't look like it,
Okay.
but it could belong to the company if the ship is abandoned. But you've got Malvern here, so he still counts as crew. So not an opportunity here for the company to grab that yet.
Oh, requisition.
Requisition,
Yeah.
Sorry. So that's basically it. If you'd mentioned you want to try to maybe look at some logs.
Yeah, the logs.
Sure, you can pull some of those up too.
And if there are any video feeds, we'd love to pull those up.
Yeah, if there are security feeds.
Yeah, it's very fragmentary what you're seeing. It looks like honestly, like someone has attempted to actually destroy some of these files. So you're just getting bits and pieces of it. It looks
Why
like
would someone destroy them?
Yeah, that's a good
It could have been a mutiny.
That's one heck of a mutiny.
So it looks like the ship originally had a crew of 10. For what you can pull together from the logs, it says that they had, again, it covers them landing on this abandoned mining planet where they'd salvaged some equipment. They lifted off, and then there's some captain's logs that begin to describe the crew acting erratically. And then the sort of last entry you can see is by Malvern, actually, describing a strange virus that's causing the crew to go crazy and attack each other.
He says it's a virus.
That's what he says. Yeah.
We're not wearing gear.
Or that.
Doctor, is there something we should be doing about this? Can we clear the room somehow?
I suggest that we do that as quickly as possible.
I'm feeling a burn in my throat. Is that normal?
Mm.
Oh God. Oh God.
Just Okafor, just calm down.
He's
Calm down.
very melodramatic, isn't he?
It feels like the world is closing in. I try to find a place to sit down.
Why don't you go back out to the vehicle bay area? There's plenty of space there. Just relax.
The last thing you pull up in the computer system that's of interest is, again, there's mention that the reactor was manually set to go critical and detonate, but that order was canceled.
Mm-hmm. Well, Does it say who tried to
It
detonate
does not. Does not indicate who set it to detonate or who stopped it.
Huh.
Okay, I'm going to need to get this data to the station. I'm going to take out my data transmitter card, which I assume is like a USB,
Equivalent, yeah.
and then download the information from the terminal.
Sure, you can easily do that.
Is there anything else interesting in the bridge
Around
around and kind of check things out?
No, there's nothing particularly of interest here, unless you want to try to like see if you can get the ship moving on its own.
Hmm. If I were a pilot, that might not be a bad idea.
If you were a pilot, and you do have a pilot in your shuttle, but
we'll need him to get back where we need to go. So
yes, that's true.
Let's leave him in there.
All right, so someone had mentioned maybe wanting to go check out the cryo tubes.
Yes.
Okay. Do you guys want to go together? You want to try to split up and check out the ship at different areas? What do you want to do?
I mean, splitting up is always a smart option.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, you cover more ground that way.
Yeah,
I have
Honestly,
no interest in going anywhere where there's breathable air that these infected people had, breathed. I'm sort of already in it with this so-called medic. So I think my goal would be to get as far away as possible from. So I'm guessing
so-called medic.
So-called medic.
No, not you.
The
crew
crew
member.
member.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. So I think what I would like to do is go back to the shuttle and see if there's any like breathing apparatus or some sort of like mask filter or something like that.
Sure, yeah. You can head back that way. Anybody else going with the good Mr. Okafor?
I'm gonna stick here.
Yeah,
I'm good.
I think I'm good.
Okay.
I honestly may have to go to the cryo chamber alone.
Well, I mean,
I'll-
Malvern will show you back there.
I'll go with you.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll check it out with you.
If the marshal's gonna go, we might as well all go here. I don't mind.
Actually, why don't it might be best if you two stay behind to see if we can find out and do anything about that reactor core.
Okay.
The radiation is definitely going to be a problem if we stay here
Well,
too long.
excuse me, but I know you're a doctor, but I don't think that you're in a position to tell us what we should be doing.
Call it a polite suggestion.
Settle down, Darlington. It'll be fine.
Yeah, darling.
So if you're wondering about the reactor, there is actually a reactor control center, which is back at the aft of the ship near the reactor itself.
All right. Guess probably be the most qualified to take a look at it. I'll see what I can find out.
Yeah, I'll escort you down there because I don't want you to go alone and have something happen to you, and you need
Well, no, I don't think anything crazy is gonna happen. But we'll see.
Well, I mean, it sounds like there's weird stuff going on in this ship. I don't want you to, let's just. I think it's best if I go with you.
All right.
So Darlington and Master's going to head back to reactor control. Okafor looking for breathing apparatus up on the shuttle, and the Marshal and Dr. Aboud heading to the cryo chambers with the medic Malvern. Okay. We'll go straight to the cryo chamber. So basically, one of those corridors that leads out of the vehicle bay takes you down to a sort of junction where there's cross corridors, and keep going through that and head on down to the area of you basically. So this is good. This is for you guys heading to the cryo chambers. You enter an area of the crew bunk room, which has this little kind of coffin-like, little beds on the sides for the crew when they're not in cryosleep. And there's an entryway from that into a cryosleep chamber where you see 10 of these sort of in a big circle, these cryosleep chambers. You're pretty familiar with those. Most of them seem to be not occupied, but 2 of them are definitely occupied.
Okay, definitely like to take a look at the 2 that are.
Sure.
Excuse me. What were their names again?
These are Davis and Kobe. They have their names on the side of the chambers.
Oh, yes, of course.
And also there's a readout on the side there that should be showing vital signs and is not.
Oh, is that a bad
Ooh.
sign, Doctor?
Oh, well, that can't be good.
Well, there were two that were dead. Are these the two? Oh, I'm not there. Sorry.
But it's good to be curious about that.
What he said.
Yeah. So yes. So these are the two he'd mentioned that were dead. But if you want, you can pop open the chambers and sort of do an examination yourself if you want.
Yeah, I'd like to pop up the one for Davis.
Sure.
Now-
Yeah, you can key in the code to open it. The glass top kind of lifts up with a hiss.
Okay.
And you can definitely see that this individual is not alive.
I'm
Oh.
going to take out my digital video camera
Hmm.
and just make a quick log of this. Doing a, what does Davis look like at this point? Is he just dead? Is there, what is the virus doing to
Sure.
the
Yeah,
body?
you can make an observation roll. So as a scientist, one of your available talents in the game, so the talents in the game are kind of like special abilities that go beyond skills. And you have a talent called analysis. So if you make an observation roll, you can sort of analyze the situation and see what you can learn from this. I will warn you though, if you're successful in this, it helps reduce the stress of nearby companions. If you fail at it, it increases the stress of nearby companions because they're like, hey, our scientist doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay.
So
Do you
roll
know how to
more than
science,
11
bro?
dice.
Do you even know
is
how to
it-
science, bro?
New shirt. Okay. So that's 5 for wits, 3 for observation. And so any others? I forget.
That's it.
2,
That's it.
just those 8? Okay.
Yep.
Oh boy.
I could give him a hand with observation.
Yeah, you can do that. So you can roll 9.
Wait, are you there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you two are together.
Oh,
Remember, you
okay.
two went down together.
Okay.
What do you think
Okay.
got him?
I'm not sure. 2 successes.
Very good.
Nice.
Yeah, so with your analysis talent, you can see there's some specific questions if you want to ask those, but I'll give you the obvious here. It doesn't look like he's exhibiting any symptoms of any kind of viral infection or anything that are obvious. It's very odd because when you start examining the body, and you will pick up on this too, Marshall, because you can see it, this person died by having their neck broken.
Ooh.
Oh, that doesn't
Prognosis?
seem very viral.
Yeah, so you can, so if you
Ah.
look, there's,
It's bonitis.
Prognosis is bad.
so this will go ahead, Marshall and the doctor, go ahead and give yourselves 1 point of stress for realizing that these people were
boy.
didn't die of a disease, they were obviously murdered.
Oh, great.
Both of them?
Yeah, both of you, if you examine the other body as well, it's the same, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna get on my hand radio. Who else in the group has the hand radio?
I don't. I need one. Where do I get one?
I don't have. No, I don't.
We were
no
not
one?
prepared.
Sorry.
It's like you and
When,
the doctor.
when I'm in the
This is a
shuttle, I'm gonna
super,
pick up
this is
some
a
hand
super
radios.
handy item.
Sure,
I love
you
this
can,
piece
no
of
hand
gear.
radio
You have a
here.
lapel thing?
Wow.
yeah, so Okafor, you can certainly pick up a hand radio
I will pick up some hand
and a
radios.
breather. Yeah, so you've got a respirator mask there and breather, so you can,
Yeah,
So-
I'm just gonna radio back to the ship and I guess let them know that for now, they should just be on the lookout for anyone who's boarding or attempting to board from the ship that we docked with, just in
Okay.
case.
sure. So you came over in a little shuttle, so that's what's docked to this ship. This ship
Yep.
is not docked to the station on purpose.
So to the shuttle, I'll just
Yeah.
call the
Tell the
pilot.
pilot, okay.
Yeah. Hey, be on the lookout. Don't let anybody on board that isn't a member of our crew.
Good to know. All right, sure.
Is that the point that I'm
So-
knocking on the shuttle?
Yeah, exactly. You'll overhear this conversation as you're heading back.
So for my analysis, I can ask from that list of questions, and I had 2 successes. Does that mean I
Sure.
can ask 2 of those questions?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I have a couple here. I'm not going to bother asking if it's human or alien, because let's see. Is it dead or alive? Is the virus
Clearly
still
both
this is
dead. Yeah.
the virus and the subject?
Well, you don't
Okay.
see any indication of a virus on these guys.
Okay. How does it work?
How does what work? Like,
Like
You're
how does
saying-
how does the virus work?
well, it's not clear these guys have a virus.
Oh.
In fact, it looks pretty obvious that they don't.
Okay.
It looks like these 2 individuals were just flat out murdered by someone snapping their neck.
Ever so
Okay.
gingerly.
All right, so we'll leave you guys. Let's cut away from there for a sec. Leave you guys there. Let's cut back to the guys headed to the reactor, which is Darlington and Masters. Okay, so you guys continue on down that long corridor. As you go further along, that siren sound, the alarm sound, gets louder as you're going, till it gets pretty loud as you approach the reactor control area, and it's definitely an alarm. You can see flashing red lights down at the end of the corridor. This like alarm
Mhm.
continues to go on, very loud at this point.
Can I see a
Uh,
place to shut off the alarm or at least to kill the sound?
Yeah, once you get into the reactor control area, you can certainly find a place to do that. There is a warning flashing on the door to the reactor saying that there is a leak.
There's a leak. Oh, jeez.
Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah. I don't know how much bad that leak is gonna be. Can I see through the door and to see maybe where it might be or how bad it is?
You will know that you probably don't want to get any closer to this without some protective gear.
Okay.
Because yeah, if you get too close to this, you don't know where the leak is or how bad it is. So
Okay. So I guess we'll just back away for now and just say we need to come back with better gear than what we got on, which is, well, these overalls aren't going to do much.
Yeah,
true.
So let's report back to the marshal there and everyone else. We'll try and form a game plan to get this shut down. Because if that goes, we're gone too.
absolutely.
sure. All right, so Okafor, you come back from the shuttle, make your way back into the vehicle bay.
Oh, I wanted to do something on the shuttle.
Oh, sure, go for it. Yeah.
I was first of all trying to get I don't know if they are like breathing filters for everybody. If there's enough.
There's only 3.
Okay. And I was going to get radios for everybody.
Yeah, there's only 2 of those
Okay, so we have 2 radios and 3
breathers.
breathers. Okay. Also, I want to send a message to the station to my supervisor.
Mhm.
And I don't know how this works. Is this going to be a radio transmission, or do I need to like send a report?
No, you can. I mean, you can just call on the radio from the shuttle. That's fine. So your supervisor here, your direct superior, is probably going to be the station chief
Okay.
because you're pretty high up representative of the company here. So,
Okay. I would like to contact him from the
Sure.
shuttle, and I'm going to say that
it's her, by the way.
her. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to give you an initial report. This is something we're going to have to requisition right away. There's a lot of valuable supplies on here, possible virus contamination, and what looks to be a mutiny. So I would suggest sending some armed reinforcements as soon as possible, and some sort of craft to lasso this thing so that it doesn't zip away.
Well, we don't want it docking if there's kind of a viral infection. Is that what you're saying?
Well, no. I think we just need some reinforcements and some I don't know, some sort of craft in order to. We need somebody that can stop the ship if it tries to get away.
We'll get to work on that immediately.
Also, we need to talk about hazard pay. I'm thinking 25%.
We can certainly discuss that when you get back.
Okay, and I'm going to show her the 10-year plan, or a 10-year pin. No, I don't know if she can see it.
the way, I've got a 10-year pin with this company.
Okay,
That's
and make it choppy. I think there's a mutiny. I think there are some people that have been murdered, and I think there's a deadly virus. So,
well, that's why Darlington and the Marshal are there, right?
yeah,
They should be checking if there's been violence. They should be the ones.
yeah, I'm sure they're all over it. Please send some support. Thank you.
We'll see what we can do.
Wow.
All right. So now, if you'd like, you can return.
Then
to
I come
the,
back. Yeah.
The infected murderous ship. All right.
All right,
So,
I'm gonna wave up the 2 radios.
well, let's say you're all you've met back up at the cryosleep area now at this point.
Okay.
So you can.
Is Malvern with us, or did he stay in the
Malvern
brig?
is with you.
He's with us.
Looking weirdly, has a weird flat affect and just seems like he's in shock.
Yeah, I just want to like assess his upper body strength and see if it looks like maybe he could have snapped some people's necks.
He doesn't look super buff. I mean, he's kind of, a little bit above average height. Seems kind of fit, but doesn't. I mean, he's not like a bodybuilder or anything. So.
So he'd have to be well trained. He's a medic. If he really is Malvern.
If that really is your name.
That's right.
Marshall, I've got 2 radios. Who gets them? I'm keeping the mask.
I'm gonna
I have the mask on.
immediately take one.
Yes, Darlington needs one because he's got problems. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm
Marshall.
an officer. This is how I should be able to communicate.
Are you keeping one, Okafor?
You're the boss, right? Commanding officer?
Well, are you going to be running off on your own anymore?
Running off on my own. I was getting supplies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you
I'm
still were
sensing
on your own.
I'm sensing some tension here.
I will like to pass on radio.
Uncertainty.
Hey, you're fine. You know what? You brought back valuable
I
supplies.
leave it to Marshal Kano to tell us who gets it.
I just hope that there's no one.
The
on
attitude
this
level
ship.
could maybe go back, maybe 3.
3.
Would we all
Wow.
take a breath, circle back?
Do you want the damn radio or not, Marshall?
I have a radio. Give one to Masters.
I don't mind taking one.
And I have 2 more masks.
I'll be fine. I've smoked in worse.
I'll take one of those.
It sounds like, according to Masters and Darlington, what we really need here is some rad gear.
That would be best.
Yeah.
Is there any on the ship? Who's the person that was here? Are they still here?
Yeah, Malvern the medic.
Malvern.
Yeah. If
He'll
there's
say-
any rad gear around, we're definitely gonna need it because we gotta shut down that leak. And I think I can handle it, but I gotta get in there first to see.
There might be a couple of suits in engineering, I guess. I don't know. It's not my area, but yeah, I would check there probably.
All right. Anybody want to go to engineering?
What happened to these guys? I'm looking in the cryo chambers at this point.
Yes, at the 2 dead bodies, yeah.
So viruses can break bones?
No, we don't
No.
think so.
But murder can.
So could you explain to us once again, where did you find these 2 and how did you get them back here?
Yeah, I found them in one of the cargo bays and just brought them back over here to keep them on ice.
Did they
So,
have broken necks when you did that?
yeah, they were dead when I found them.
Yeah, I'm not really a doctor, but I think broken necks usually isn't a viral infection.
No,
I'm actually working to manipulate him to get more information out.
Yeah, you can try that, sure.
So that's 6. I got 2 successes.
Okay, yeah, he seems willing to talk. He's also just seems very out of it though. Like there's clearly something wrong with him. Like I say, he seems like he might be in shock or he's just weirdly unfazed by things.
Is this guy sick, Doctor?
Don't look right.
Can I take
Yeah, you can examine him.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. That'd be medical aid.
Yeah, and remember, you have a stress die now at this point, right?
Yes, I do.
So this is a good way to segue into how stress works. So stress die just adds into your pool, but it's a different color, right? And just like any other dice, if it rolls a 6, it's a success. But if a stress die comes up a 1, which on the official dice has a little face hugger symbol on it, that causes you to make a panic roll. Yeah, Doug's got a face hugger right there. So that causes you to make a panic roll. And when you make a panic roll, you roll another d6 and add it to your current stress level. And there's a little table of interesting effects. So you can freak yourself out over just about anything, really. So go ahead and try to make a roll. So it's your again observation.
Oh, this is observation. Okay.
Yeah, but, or you can do medical aid. It's fine too if you want to use that.
No, but I have a better chance with observation.
Okay, and then add in that stress die.
So that makes 9 at this point. Okay.
Ooh, there you go.
Remember though, these are my dice.
Yeah. I have belief in you still.
All ones. He seems fine.
You can do it.
So the question
He
is,
seems fine.
any 6s
And
or a 1 on the stress die.
Yeah, what do I do with the 1 on the stress die again?
Oh yeah, so you get to roll a d6 and add 1 because that's your current stress level.
D6 and add 1.
4.
4? Yeah, you keep it together. You're nervous, but so things aren't going exactly the way you would like them to go at the moment. But he seems he's not exhibiting any obvious symptoms as far as you can tell of anything.
He just seems in shock.
Yeah, maybe.
I trust him completely.
You're not actually a medical doctor, by the way, so just
Oh,
letting you
boy.
know that. So
What kind of a doctor is he?
you've got a PhD, so not an MD. But yeah, so as far as you can tell,
Oh, that's.
Oh, I thought he was an MD. He's not.
No, he's.
he's a research scientist.
Oh, okay.
I read a lot. Okay. No one ever. You never asked.
Exactly.
And here I thought you were useful.
All right, so
Hey,
Wow.
Hey, hey.
at this point, though, Malvern the medic will say, "But I did have some samples in the med bay."
Samples of what?
Samples I took from some crew members as they started to show some weird symptoms.
Has
Oh,
anyone been?
Oh.
Has anyone been? Or was anyone working on a cure for this? Counter-viral.
Well, I was starting that when things went crazy and all the violence started. So
Can we go
Maybe I
back to
can
the
help.
part where they are broken necks here? What broke their necks?
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm not a doctor. I
Well,
know what a
evidently our
broken neck
doctor
looks
isn't
like.
a doctor either.
yes, apparently.
Got all
Marshal
these
Kano, are
degrees,
we,
but none of them where we need to be.
Are we safe, Marshall? Do we need weapons or a wrench maybe or a tire iron? I don't
I'm gonna
know.
hold up my.
Just brainstorming here.
just settle down.
I'm completely
Before-
settled down. I am
settle
perfectly
down.
calm.
You
I am
don't sound
perfectly calm.
settled.
You don't seem calm. Now look. I'm armed. Darlington is armed. Right.
I'm gonna like point to my service pistol.
If there's some crazy neck snapping murderer running around here, I think we can
If-
handle it.
Well, good. I feel safe. Actually, I feel much better now. Thank you for the talk. I'm going to go to the med bay to look for these samples.
I think we should all go to the med bay.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. Maybe we should. Absolutely.
Yeah, let's all go down there, nice and stressed out.
Sure, no problem. Malvern can show you the way. Just down here past the galley. So, yeah, so you head out of the cryosleep chamber, go through the galley, real narrow area down a corridor, and he takes you through a doorway into what's clearly a medical bay. There's 2 exam beds, some shelves along the walls. There's some workstation countertop, sort of cabinets with probably medical supplies in them. And on one of the examination beds is, in fact, a body.
Okay, that's freaky.
Oh,
I'm gonna
So
assume.
serial killers also call bodies samples.
Thanks.
This body clearly did not have its neck broken, because this body, you can see immediately, which is going to add a stress to everybody. Everybody pick up one more stress. Its ribs are cracked open and sticking straight up out of its chest.
Holy crap.
Okay.
Like
You're going to have to explain to me really quick what happened here.
That's not a virus. That is not a virus.
No, it's not.
What? All right, so perhaps there is a killer. Malvern, are you a killer?
Malcolm will look at you confused and say, no, I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't know what you're talking about. We have a dead body here with its chest opened up like a birthday present.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not.
Did you witness this? Did you just come in here and this is how it was?
No, last time I saw them, they were just like out of it. So
They?
Who's there?
yeah, the crew person here. It's Bailey.
Bailey.
Yeah, I don't know. That looks terrible. I don't know what happened there.
Okay, yeah, good descriptor.
But Malvern still seems unfazed, particularly by this. Just sort of like take it all in stride and just like, yeah.
This doesn't bother you?
It just everything went so bad. I don't know what.
Like, how bad? What? Like, the ship lose power, or did somebody do something?
Okay, so there's gotta be some evidence around here somewhere of what happened to this guy with his chest, so I'm just gonna look around and see if I can see anything.
Does
Sure.
anybody with a gun also have ways to bind imminent threats to my physical person? Handcuffs, maybe, or I don't know.
Kano, you probably have a set of
Clock
cuffs,
on the
actually.
spine.
I don't have it on the sheet, but I think you probably should have a set of cuffs.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure, I do.
I'm not telling you how to do your job, Kano, but I personally would like to be safe. I am an asset to the company. Just saying.
Make a whole lot of hubbub here, dude, for somebody we don't even know where they are.
I don't really care about the company.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah,
That's been noted.
yeah. I don't work for the company.
Just so you know.
My concern is your safety. And right now, I think you're plenty safe.
Nothing's happened yet.
So, is it too much to ask if I could go take a look at those samples? Not the odd one.
Sure. Malvern will say, sure, they're over here. He'll take you over to the side. There's some magnifying glass and I'm blanking. You know, the thing you look through to look at microscope. Microscope. Yeah. So microscope and some other some closed samples, like a petri dish kind of things. Marshall, you said you wanted to look around as well, just to see if there's anything noticeable. Go ahead and give me an observation roll. And don't forget to include whatever stress you currently have.
Yeah.
I'm doing that thing in the movie where, getting way too uncomfortably close to look at the rib cage, and there's an audience that something definitely going to jump out, but then, nothing does.
No jump scare there.
Yeah.
It's the faux jump scare.
No,
So
it's just
that's,
one of us comes up to tap you on the shoulder.
Yeah.
And freaks you out.
Yeah.
That's three successes, no chest
No
bursters.
panic.
So,
Very good.
yeah.
Yeah. So so you are checking out. You've got a special ability called Investigator that lets you ask specific questions too. So
Yeah. So I'll ask first off, what happened here?
Clearly, something erupted out of this individual's chest.
Oh. It came out of him.
Yeah, the ribs are cracked outwards.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Is there okay?
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling.
I'll
Thank you. I was waiting for somebody to get there.
Now I know what I'm watching.
Not again.
So that's bad. Is there like whatever came out of him? Is it here? Is it like hidden somewhere or?
So yeah, while you're poking around and kind of looking around, you go around the other examination bed, and as you kind of come around that corner, you see something move back there. Something
Ooh.
small, low to the ground, just moved quickly, like ran around the back behind the bed.
Okay, I'm gonna draw my 357.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's going on?
Hold on.
There's something here. I think it came out of whatever this fellow's name was.
Is
Something came
Bailey.
out?
Yes.
Out. Like,
All right. Well, as you prepare to get out, we're going to do initiative.
oh dear.
Why?
initiative o'clock.
Okay.
The way initiative works in this game is it's just cards from 1 to 10, which I'm going to pull together here real quick. Sorry, I didn't have them set up. So there's no no stats that affect initiative or anything. It's just a straight up 1 to 10. Let me check the thing here. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to shuffle these. I'm going to tell you what your initiative is, and you just jot it down somewhere. All right, so Masters, you're number 1.
Cool.
Okafor, you're number 10. Kano, you're number 3. Darlington, you're number 7. And Abood, you're number 2. Okay, so number 1, you get to act first. So what do you want to do?
I'm gonna pull out my wrench really quick and act like I'm gonna swing at something like, the hell's back there?
Very good. So getting ready just in case. Okay, who
Yeah.
was number 2? Who was
That
number
was me.
2?
That was
Abood?
me.
Yeah. Mhm.
So everyone's looking and
Everyone's sort of freaking out all of a sudden, and the marshal's pulled his gun
okay.
and is looking behind the other examination bed.
I think to quickly open up my med kit and take one of the samples.
Sure, you can stick something in there. Yeah. Everyone else is very distracted, looking the other way.
Yeah, we're gonna need to. Yeah, I'm still focused on like we gotta try to figure out something to do with
Sure.
to fix that.
Malvern still seems unfazed. Okay. Whoever's got 3.
That's me.
Okay.
If it came out of that guy, it's probably got to die. So I'm gonna, if I can see it, I'm gonna shoot it.
Yeah, you'd have to step to the side, but you can probably see back behind that bed. Yes, you step
Okay.
over there, and what you see is this horrible little, like a snake thing. It's if you've seen the movies, obviously, it's a chest buster. So it looks like this weird little fanged, snaky thing with a long tail, and it sort of rears up and hisses at you as you come around the corner. You get a stress for seeing this thing. You've never seen anything like this before.
Biggest damn virus I have ever seen.
Exactly.
That's not a virus.
macro virus. Yeah, and you can if you want take a shot at it, which is your ranged combat skill.
Okay.
Remember to add your current stress dice in there
It's
as
a lot
well.
of stress dice. This is get to roll 9 dice. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, it's good. Always good. More dice.
This is one.
40K all
Yeah,
of a sudden?
sure.
No, it's 2 successes.
And no face hugger.
No,
Very good.
no.
Very good. Yeah. So that lets you shoot. You can hit with the first
These were
success.
the 2.
Very nice. And then the second success you can utilize to do extra damage if you want. So weapons have a base damage. In this
Yeah.
case, pistol has a base, I think, of 2. Yours has. Should be
It is 2. Yep.
Yeah.
Bonus +1. I don't know what that means.
Oh, sorry. I should have had you do that. Yeah, that gives you a bonus when you actually make your attack roll.
Oh, an
so you can
extra
roll
dice.
another base die. Yeah, just to see if you get another 6.
No, no more
Okay.
6s.
Okay. Yeah. So if you want, you can utilize your extra 6 for the stunt to add a point of damage and do 3 damage.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Let's do that.
Okay.
Kill it with fire.
Okay. Good. You hit the thing, and the bullet thunks into it, and the gore splatters out towards you. And let's see, you did 3 points of damage.
Mhm.
Okay.
Tres.
John just took a whole bunch of dice. I'm just going to point out.
Yeah.
I think this is acid.
No,
So
not good.
the gore from this thing just sort of splatters around, misses you, thankfully, and it sort of gives out a squeal. And let's see, you can go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
5.
Okay. Let's see. You've caused a critical injury, so I have to see what that actually does.
Woo!
Nice.
Yeah, this thing lets out a massive squeal and then pitches over to the side. You just blew it away with a 357.
Whew.
Well, it's a big round. I would hope so.
Okay. So yeah, there's a dead thing over there.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Let's not be rash. What was that?
Nothing I've ever seen before.
I'm gonna get my camera out again.
Sure.
I'm gonna go and
Focus.
look, and
Yeah.
then when I look, that's when I realize what we have on our hands.
Yeah. That's some weird thing.
Well, I'm glad you killed that, Marshall.
Whoa, Yusuf, can we need to package this thing up. We have to study this thing.
Agreed.
This is an alien life form. There's nothing like this I've ever seen before. This is an actual alien life form on this
Keep it like a
on this
science
craft.
project.
If this thing
probably the
talks-
most important science project in humanity. Yes.
If this thing is the cause of the virus or the end result, we need to figure that out quickly so we can put a stop to this.
Agreed.
So let's
So,
let's
is there a
get
way
this.
I can safely bag this thing?
Sure, yeah, there's got to be some tong equivalents in here, some sort of medical gear you can utilize to sort of lift it up and put it into a container.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, so while you start looking around after this thing leapt out and got blown away by the marshal, after a moment, you look around and notice that Malvern is no longer with you.
Hey, where'd
Uh,
our buddy go?
Melvin?
Your job, isn't it?
Hello.
I'm gonna reload.
Job.
I'm gonna keep my head out the door and see if
Yeah, look around.
Look around a
No
little
sign
bit.
of him. Mm-mm.
no sign of him. He's
Yeah.
not in here. There's no sign of him.
Well, he didn't just. Well, he's not wearing like a cloak or anything to disappear with, so
Nobody
Went
was
somewhere.
watching.
Yeah, you were all engaged with this thing, and it looks like maybe he just ducked out the door, took off. Perhaps
Just,
he was just terrified of this potential thing.
let's go ahead and radio back to the shuttle. Hey, keep an eye out for medic Malvern. He's gone missing on us.
Okay, no problem. Already got the word to not let anybody else on except for you guys, so we're good to go. All right, so yeah, your crewman.
so we still got that radiation leak to deal with here. So if we can get some radiation tubes, if somebody give me a hand,
Oh yeah,
we
that's
might
right.
be able to get this ship under control.
Sorry, we were supposed to go to engineering, weren't we?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Let's.
I
Sure.
would like to stay behind to make sure we capture this creature in some sort of, I don't know. Is there like a biohazard bag or something?
Yeah, well, the Dr. Abood has already sort of lifted
Oh.
the body up and stuck it into a container. Yeah,
Okay.
Yes, and
it's
also
like a
like to stay
plastic
here.
box.
I'd also like to stay here to see if I can get
I'm-
wrap our heads around whatever this is.
Doctor, I'm going to take this back to the shuttle. I'll be
Well,
right back.
what you will notice as soon as you do lift it up and put it in the container, by the way, you start hearing sizzling as you see that its blood is dripping onto the container itself and starting to dissolve it.
Oh, Jesus,
Oh,
what the hell?
odor.
What's that smell?
Yeah.
Ew. Oh, that smells
It's
terrible.
fine. We got it. Go do your thing. Let's find some non-corrosive material, Doctor. I'm going to
Yes.
look for something
And,
that's...
You can find like a metal tray or something.
Is there
The-
any way you
potato,
can
hot potato.
examine this here instead of taking it back onto the shuttle?
Oh, no, it's fine. I'm just going to take it to the shuttle real quick, and then I'll be right back.
It's fine. I don't know if it's fine.
Robert, Robert, it's okay. If we get,
This is...
there'll be plenty of time to. It's dead. We'll have plenty of time to take it back later.
Also,
Well,
it's
this-
burning through
what's going to
stuff.
happen on the spacecraft. We need to get it to
Well-
the station.
At this point, the plastic container that you put it in has holes dissolved all the way through it. So
Right.
So
do you
can
have
I,
it?
Yeah.
can I use observation to find something non-corrosive that might work?
Well, like I
I'll
said, you
help.
can look around.
Oh.
Yeah, sure. There's a like a metal exam tray kind of thing right there. That might work.
Oh, okay, so I can just use that. All right. You don't want me to roll in case I might get a 1 on a red die?
No, no.
Not
Doesn't rise to that level yet. Yeah,
I mean-
you can quickly find something.
Okay.
Yeah, I hold up the melting cases. Besides, you want to try to carry this thing back.
That's not very big. We can. We just need to get it to the station. So yes,
Can we not bring that thing anywhere near anybody else?
it's dead. What's it going to do?
What if it's
burn
the cause
a
of
hole
the
for people?
virus?
Again, Robert, the container is now empty because there's a hole in it.
Right, the thing is now lying on whatever the container was sitting on before, or on the floor.
So we'll
either
use
way.
this metal tray. Why can't we use this metal tray?
Well,
How-
if you look over
How
where
steady are your hands?
Yeah, if you look over where the marshal shot the thing, where the blood spewed out from that, that's also dissolving holes and things, including the decking.
Jesus.
Oh.
So we need to sign something to stop it too, because otherwise it's gonna eat through the ship.
What about
At
glass?
this moment, it's just small
Glass
holes.
might work. Glass is worth a try. Clearly plastic doesn't work. Or metal, because the
Yeah.
ship would have been made of metal.
Yeah, you can find some glass jars in here. Sure.
Okay, yep, nice.
Right. Put it in
Take
the
the
jar.
take the tongs. Yep.
Sure.
Open.
If Marshall
Be a
lets
big
me,
glass
because
jar.
I like go and take this directly to the shuttle. If they let me, they might not.
So can we not bring that on the shuttle just yet? I like the idea
Yes,
of just
let's wait, Okafor.
I'll just be 5 minutes. I'll be right back.
No, just
No,
wait,
no.
please.
No.
there's no reason. Plus, I still gotta get a radiation shoot, so we might all be going anyway in a minute. So let's see.
Exactly. This needs to be preserved for study. So we don't know what's going to happen on the spacecraft. I need to make sure that this gets away safely.
While they go fix the radiation problem, you and I could use your help examining this here. This is probably a better facility for research than what we have in the shuttle.
Okay,
Which is nothing.
within the hour, we need to have this on the spacecraft.
I understand.
That's fine. Sure.
All right. So who is headed to engineering?
I'm gonna ask the
Uh,
marshal if he wants to go, and if Lloyd doesn't mind, Officer Lloyd.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go because
We
that's
should
an important
probably
part of
keep
this mission.
someone. One of us should stay here with Okafor and the doctor in order.
It's fine. We got
Case.
it.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Well, what if
someone
Malvern
with
comes back and snaps your necks?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Please.
could
You
you,
want your next step? Like,
Howard,
Please stay with the gun. Thank you.
Could we please have one of the radios?
all
I
right,
have a radio.
Okay.
I got one too, and if we're going, that's good enough.
All right. So
Darlington, I'll take your radio. If you're
Darlington,
both,
why
if you're
don't-
both, yeah, if
Why
you're
don't you
both
go
going,
with
the
the
doctor.
masters?
we'll need one.
I do need one because what if we need to communicate? What if Masters and I have to separate? At least
You
you
took-
are all together.
You-
All right.
all right, so Darlington and Masters are going to engineering to look for a radiation protective gear. The other three of you, what are you up to?
Radioing next to each other the whole time.
Yes.
These,
So what are the other
these
three
kids
of
and
you
their
doing?
radios?
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't the kids all do that at some point? No?
keep an eye out for. I'll hand my handcuffs to Darlington. Keep an eye out for Malvern. If you should happen to see him, please restrain him.
Yeah, that was an idea I had back
Yes.
Yeah,
months ago.
Such a lovely idea.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hindsight's 20/20 there, Bucko.
No, it was actually forward. It was a very forward site. One that
Forward
I
site.
actually, it was a foresight, you might say. Yeah, but since nobody listens, that's fine. Whatever.
So for the non-engineering folks, what are you guys doing? Just looking at this the thing, like trying to examine it?
I'm waiting for the doctor to finish so I can take it to the shuttle. But if he
Gotcha.
wants me to help, I will.
Yeah.
If
Is
there are
a-
more of these things around, it may make sense to arm the rest of you. Should we
Right.
look for some form of armaments?
maybe?
I mean, I have a
Right.
cutting torch on my that can kind of help at least burn it away. Scare it a little if it gets too close.
I've got a service pistol, so
We should be fine.
yeah, we're good.
All right.
Good deal.
You guys have a gun. We have a gun. That should be enough for now.
I also have a motion tracker. I
Mhm.
just want to point out. So maybe while
Hey.
we're headed to engineering, maybe I should flick that on in case there's any more of these these
Oh, yeah.
things roaming around the ship.
Keep an
That's
eye
a
out for
good
Malcolm.
idea.
Oh,
Sure.
and yeah.
Very good. Okay. Yeah, so you clip on your motion tracker, and you hear that beeping, and the screen shows that cylindrical circles and green waves flashing out from them, and there's no indication of movement on there currently besides you guys. Okay.
All right.
So, all right, Darlington Masters, you guys head over to engineering. You can pull up here. Let me pull up the schematic again real quick.
Perfect.
Okay, there you guys are. So here is, if you can see my cursor, that's the med bay where you were. You got to come down here, back over here, and up into engineering, which is right near the reactor area.
Okay.
So again, as you approach that area, did you turn off the alarm sound last time? I think you did manage to
No,
get
we
that.
didn't.
Oh,
We
you didn't.
wanted
Okay.
to, but you said it was inside and it was too hot to handle to get in
Gotcha.
there.
So that sound is still going as you approach that area.
Okay. Yeah. So it's a little loud, but
But yeah, you can get over into the engineering area. There's engineering storage. There is definitely a couple of pressure suits, basically. So that'll give you decent protection. Not like they're not designed for that, but they're better than what you got on for sure.
better than nothing.
Yeah. So are you guys going to put those on, the two of you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll need his help probably to get this under control.
Yeah.
Okay.
As best I can.
Sure. Okay, so while you're getting those suits on, you're sort of just finishing up getting them on. Darlington, you take a glance at your motion tracker, and you are seeing some motion
Okay.
over here in this what's marked as a cargo bay on the schematic.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Hey, Masters, there's I'm getting some action on this thing.
I mean, is it headed towards us or away?
Let me take a look here. Can I tell if it's
Yeah, it's
towards us?
moving slowly towards you.
It's
That's not good.
moving towards us. Not at a rapid pace, but it's definitely coming towards us.
Well, it could be who's he, what's it there. What I could
Oliver.
do is go inside the room here and take a look at what we need to do if you want to stay here and make sure everything will be all right.
I mean, I guess so.
That
That's
makes
what
sense.
you think. Yeah, I mean,
You guess so. That's the best plan ever.
I mean,
So I should be
Or-
quick though.
or what if this is just somebody that wants to sabotage our plans?
Well, why don't you pull that pistol out and make sure that that's not possible?
All right, I think you're right.
Because that seems like a good idea to stop anybody's sabotage.
So I'm gonna take out my pistol, and I'm gonna go out of engineering into the corridor, and
Oh, here.
Can I go on the other side?
This side? Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the corridor,
So,
the cargo
yeah.
bay, sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna go into the cargo bay through that way.
Okay. All right. So, Masters, you got your suit on. You're going to head down to the reactor control area, check it out. Darlington, when you get out there, you notice, oddly enough, from looking at the pings on your motion tracker and then pulling up the schematic you guys got earlier, it looks like it's moving out of the cargo bay, but not by way of one of the corridors. Like it just sort of is appearing in dead space between this corridor and this cargo bay.
All right. I'm gonna like bang the side of it and be like, this thing's acting up.
Yeah, it's clearly not doing what it's supposed to. All right, so cut down to Masters. So yeah, you can make it into the reactor control room. You feel a little safer here at this point. You've got one of those, it's not a space helmet, but it's like a fireman's, this heavy duty hazmat-y kind of suits.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can get in, you can check out the reactor door, look through the viewport there. There's no obvious damage. You would probably guess that it's something to do with the fact that they set it to destruct and then turned it off.
Okay.
May have caused some damage, but without getting in there and pulling up rods and stuff, it's going to be hard to tell what's specifically going on. But there's definitely Geiger counters in this room,
Okay.
and you can. So I'm gonna stop the sharing. Sorry, and you can definitely tell that radiation levels aren't super dangerous, but they're higher than you would want to be around for long.
Are they increasing as I watch for like let's say 30 seconds?
No, they're
Okay.
pretty stable.
So they're stable, so that means the core isn't melting, which is
Mhm.
good. I guess is there a way I can shut off the alarm while I'm here, just so we don't hit the
Yeah,
hear that?
definitely. Yeah.
Okay,
can
so
shut
I'll
that
do
down.
that. Then I'll get out of there and go see how Officer Darling is doing.
Okay.
Just to let him know, I don't quite know what's wrong, but I might need his help. I
Okay.
mean, chances are I will. Can I tell if I would need anybody else's assistance just to be sure?
Yeah, you would probably want somebody in there with you to help out if you can't, if you can get somebody. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So you head over to Darlington, start discussing that. Darling, you're looking at your thing. It's clearly not working because the dot is moving towards you, but it's not in a corridor or a room anywhere.
Hey, this thing's gotta be. This thing's malfunctioning. I don't like. Take a look at this.
Well,
Yeah.
let me see it. Okay, I'll see the same thing and be like, well, I mean, is there an air vent in there? I mean, who are all we know the murderer is hiding in the air vents, for God's sakes.
Yeah, that looks like maybe that's what's happening.
Why didn't I
And
think
in
of
fact,
that?
it's now about 10 meters from you,
Jesus.
in what may be an air vent that runs between
I'm
the
sorry,
corridor
Doug's
and
reaction.
engineering.
Doug's reaction is great to this. Is like the thing is moving towards you. Oh, something broken.
Thanks.
Sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, whatever's up there may or may not be in an air vent, but it's definitely moving towards you.
Well, I'd say get ready there. I don't think it's gonna stop, is it?
I'm just gonna point my gun up at the direction of where I see the motion or where it's reading.
Where it's indicated. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say, stop where you are, or I'll shoot.
Okay. Oddly enough, the movement does stop.
Like, okay, that was.
See, I told you it was a malfunction. Well, that's odd.
Well, we might need them out of there. Like, can we get them out without causing issues?
Hello. Hello? Is anybody up there?
Yeah, there's no response.
Response. Well, we know you're there. I'll yell out.
Yeah. No response.
Some sick joke this guy's playing. Trying to jump us. Well.
Someone did snap two people's necks earlier, so.
Yeah.
Well, I got a flashlight. If I give you this light and hoist you up there, you think that you could at least see who's down there, or like look through?
Yeah, I'm sure I could probably do that. I don't mind doing that because
that's what you did.
That's what I do.
That's what you do. Yeah. So why don't we do that? And I'll
Sure.
hoist them up into the vent, or at least so you can look down it.
Yeah, pistol in one hand, flashlight in the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can easily unhook the vent cover up above and hoist Darlington up. Darlington, you kind of pop up in there ready for anything with your pistol out and flashlight. You can look one way, look the other way. But as you swing the light around, you see something filling the air shaft, probably, like I say, about 20, 30 feet from you further down. It's just like a kind of shiny black, like maybe leathery looking thing. It's filling most of the space in there.
Oh my god!
It's the full-on Xeno. Uh-oh.
And then the head kind of rotates around, and you can see this eyeless head and this mouth that slowly opens, dripping some sort of goo. This is the moment when the music goes up with the da 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 da.
Yes.
and you get a point of stress, Darlington.
Well, I'll yell up. Can you see anything?
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot. Lower me down. Lower me down.
Okay.
And I'm going to as he's lowering me down, I'm going to fire into the xenomorph or whatever,
Sure,
the black creature.
Sure, you can take a pot shot as you drop down.
Yeah.
You can get a ranged combat roll there with your stress dice added.
That is 3, 2, 1. So that's 6 dice plus my 2 stress die. I did not get any successes, but I would like to push it.
You can certainly push that roll. Add another stress die. Every time you push a roll, you add to your stress. And re-roll again, all of them. Well worth it, I think.
Yeah.
I think so too. To a point, of course.
I got 3 successes and nothing on my stress die.
Very good. See, it paid off for sure. All right.
What is the downside of pushing?
That you increase your stress. That at some point you're going to roll a 1 on the stress dice, and at some point you're going to roll a high number on the panic table.
Yeah, you just increase your odds of that 1 to happen, and
Yeah.
you're gonna be
Because
screwed.
the panic table is
The panic table, the higher
plus your
numbers are
current
very bad.
stress.
By the
Yeah.
way?
It's like this push or luck mechanic and it just kind of keeps building over time, Jordan.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like a tension.
So whenever
mechanic.
you push, do that stress you incur, is that like permanent stress?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Unless
okay.
until you get to a point where you can sort of take a breather and lower your stress.
Yeesh.
So, but you have to be in a safe spot for that to happen. So, all right, let's cut away from you. Well, you just took a shot, so go ahead and what do you want to do with your
Yeah,
other 2?
I just want to do 3 points
extra
of
damage.
damage to it. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Let me see what that does. All right, and some more dice. I didn't have enough last time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
How much damage did you do?
I did 3.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, you think as you drop down, you think you hit the thing, but you drop out of the vent before you can see any effect of it.
Okay.
But you don't hear a scream or anything. You don't hear any kind of movement or whatever.
Yeah, we need to Masters, we need
Suddenly
to
you do hear movement, by the way. You hear some scrabbling. Something's moving along that metal vent towards you very quickly.
Yeah, Masters,
Jesus.
we need to get out of here.
Go, let's run. And I'm gonna get on the radio really
Radio.
quick. Hey, we've got something down here. You better stay safe. Lock up. I'll tell them like lock the door and just.
Sure. So you guys are taking off. When you come to the junction, let me share the screen again so you can see the map. Decide where you guys want to go. Okay. So you're down here in engineering. You're right at this corridor here. So you can come out. You can take off up this way, or you can take off back down this way towards reactor.
Let's not go towards radiation.
To run away from the radiation. That's probably smart.
Do we want to run into the space that we don't know though?
Well, I'd like to get back to everybody else so we have more firepower. Where are they again?
Okay.
They're over here in the med bay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
guess you're. Yeah, let's go. Let's go back the way we came if we're gonna
Run this way.
regroup with
Yeah.
them.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so you just take off running down here.
Yep.
You hear a loud thump behind you as something drops out of that vent, something heavy.
Mhm.
You're in the low light. You no longer have the annoying alarm sound going. That's good for you. So there's less stress there. But if you glance back over your shoulder, you see something step out into that corridor right behind you.
It's like, oh shit, run. I'm just gonna start
Full
booking
out
it.
running. Okay,
Yeah,
so
full out running, going, don't want to be here.
all right, so you guys can take off. You can do basically move in zones. So by running, you can move 2 zones. You moved it down to here, into this corridor. You guys are just bolting, heading back towards the med bay. Okay, back to
Masters,
the
what do you mean you see something?
Yeah.
What kind of thing?
I don't know, but it's definitely not friendly.
It's black and it's nasty.
It was. You would estimate from seeing it in the corridor there that it's probably 7-8 feet tall.
Oh, so we got one of the big ones. We didn't get the dog one. Okay.
And it's was filling a big part of that corridor. So
Yeah, it's big, it's black, it's nasty. You don't want to deal with it.
Yeah. We're running back to you now. We may need you to be ready with your guns.
And see, isn't it great that we both have walkie-talkies right now?
Oh my god.
Just for the load of humor.
exactly.
Is there?
Robert and About can hear Marshall's end of the radio, right?
Sure, you can hear that conversation. I would think.
And just to say, we should move to a larger space.
Well,
Where-
we
where?
should arm
Where?
everybody if there's something around here. So
Well, there was
let's-
when you came in. Darlington checked out that tool area up in the vehicle bay that had some things that might have been usable as improvised weapons. Larger space, the biggest spaces you're going to find are these cargo bays up here, A and B.
And what's in this, what about the secure storage space next to us? Do we know that's there, or is there? would there
No,
maybe
you
be
guys haven't
anything-
been in there yet. Yeah.
Okay.
Do we know that there's a science blister across the hall?
Sure. There's going to be probably a plaque next to the door saying science area or whatever.
Okay.
All right, well, let's go in there.
Okay.
What's going on out there? What is there another one of these creatures, these aliens?
Who are you asking? The people
I'm
in the room
asking
with you?
anybody who'll answer
Gotcha.
because I don't have a radio.
They said there's something. We don't know what it is.
There's something. Okay, well, that's great. I'm glad that got cleared up. Okay, let's go then. If we need a bigger space, Doctor, come on.
So you want to go to that science blister area?
Yeah.
It is a bigger space, but switching back and forth
That's all right.
on sharing here. Let's see. All right. So it is in fact a larger space, and you can go in there if you want. So who in the med bay is heading that way?
I am.
Yeah, if Yusuf is going, I am too.
Okay. Marshall, you gonna go with them?
Yep.
Okay, so the three of you go across the corridor, open that door, and go into this area. This is it's clearly like a lab. You'll see that there's some just lots of obvious lab equipment. There's some, again, cabinets up above that are storing pipettes and things. I mean, there's lots of countertop space that's usable. There's a terminal in here. Yeah. So it looks like it's clearly a science lab, which Dr.
I'm bringing my
Abu, you're
alien
very
jar
familiar
with me.
Bring your alien jar
Yes,
with you.
yes, definitely bring that.
Very good. Okay. You two, Masters and Darlington, you have made it around this corner and you're tearing up here, and you can see that they've just gone into this area across from the med bay.
All right.
Glancing back, you don't see anything behind you.
Okay. That's not going to stop me from, once we're both in there, I'm going to slam the door behind us.
Okay, sure. Yeah, you guys are in there, and you got the door closed behind you, and you're all, the Masters and Darlington, you're panting from having run the whole way over from there in your suits, in your anti-radiation suits.
What happened? What's after you?
I didn't get a good look at it. All I know, it's big. It's got teeth. It's black. And it has lots of saliva.
And you think you shot it.
And I think, I'm pretty sure I shot it.
This is remarkable. It's a fully grown alien life form.
I don't know what it is.
Don't you understand the significance of this?
I know the significance is that it almost killed me and Masters.
Did you notice if it was bleeding as it was following? Did it follow you?
I didn't. I think so. We heard footsteps behind us.
Do you know if it was bleeding at all? Because we saw the damage, the blood from this little one. What that could do. If we have a large creature bleeding actively, running around the ship, we're going to have a lot more holes to fix.
I wasn't paying attention. All I wanted to do was make
Of
sure.
course not.
I just wanted to make sure that it was out of my face.
All right, so
Well,
catch your breath in there. How safe do you all feel?
I feel like the doctor's in his element.
I am not very safe because I think that thing is still right outside the hallway.
Yeah, I can certainly
I
see
think
this being.
I think everybody's overreacting, and I really, really just want to get this thing out to the shuttle so we can get corporate to look at it. So I feel pretty safe.
All right. Well, if you're feeling safe, you can reduce your stress by 1 if you think this is a safe area and you have a few minutes to catch your breath and sort of.
Nope.
No, you who have seen it do not feel safe.
Nope.
All right. Yeah, so what's your plan from here?
I say we get out of here, get back on that ship, Okafor, you leave that thing here, and we get out of here.
Oh, we're going to take this to the shuttle. We have reinforcements coming.
If that
I've
thing
called them in earlier because something told me you weren't going to be able to handle this. They're going to be coming here shortly, and then we'll let the professionals come in from corporate to take care of anything that might be unsafe. But I do need to get this to the shuttle. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and just do that now.
Wait, if this really is a virus that we're dealing with, that means we need to find some
It's-
way to
it's not-
decontaminate before bringing.
It's not a virus. It's an alien organism. Life that has been evolved and grew on a planet other than Earth. This is a major discovery. I mean, Doctor, you should, above all, understand the significance of this.
Oh, of course I do. I just want to know what we're dealing with. If this is something we cannot contain, if this is indeed an infection,
It's dead in a jar. It's fine.
All I know is the significance of it trying to rip my face off.
Oh, will you quit exaggerating? I mean, come on. How bad could it be? It. Look at it. I mean, it was shot with a single bullet. It's a big spider.
Exactly. Darlington, at this point, by the way, you glance down and notice your motion tracker still on, and it's showing movement.
Oh, look at this. See? It's out there. It's out there.
In this junction here.
Look.
Okay, well, we should go get it.
No.
Marshall, I mean, why don't you? Am I crazy? Aren't we here to?
We aren't here to engage with hostile life forms. We're here to assess the safety of the individuals on this ship. Unfortunately, we lost the only one who was alive so far. And now, if we need to find him and get him to safety, then we probably need to arm everyone if there's this thing lurking around.
Let's not be rash, or we're just going to start shooting alien life forms without fully understanding them. Look, I don't want to pull rank here, Marshall, but corporate's coming to as a requisition. This will be corporate property in probably less than an hour. So either you hand me the reins now, or I'm just going to do it later.
Listen, I'm telling you right now.
I opt for later.
This thing is going to mess us all up.
It's also moving closer to you.
And look at it, right? Look, it's coming towards us right now.
Then shoot it, I guess. But can we at least?
I tried that already. It doesn't work, man.
I don't know. I mean, I just thought this team was full of professionals or something. I guess I'm on my own on this.
We're professional. Would you like to gather the alien species yourself? And
I'd like to get a look at it. Did somebody?
Okay, let's go out into the hall. Let's step out into the hall.
No, I'm gonna stand in front of the door. You don't want to do this.
Let's see what we're looking at here. Let's step out into the hall.
So those of you in here will look around, and the realization will dawn on you that there is only one door, by the way. The one that Darlington's currently standing in front of.
This is not a defensible position.
Pablo, I think you're on mute.
We need to move. We need to get to weapons. If you want to see the thing, then let's step out. We'll go back. We can find that bolt gun or whatever.
Hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
You're the ones that. Oh yeah, I want to go see. We need to know what we're dealing with, and this is something that that corporate needs to know about. So yes, I would like to go and see this.
I'll go out first. Darlington, you bring up the rear.
I'm not. Hey, that's fine. If you want to, kiss your butts goodbye, that's on you.
You don't want to get left here by yourself. Let's go.
He's defying your order, Kano. What is this? I thought this was a professional operation.
On the motion tracker, it's very close to the door.
Yeah.
Now.
See, look,
you're all going to be relieved
right
of your
out there.
duties.
We're not going to
All right.
have any duties
Amateurs.
here in a minute.
Yeah, it's gonna pretty much eat us all.
I'll draw my 357, train it on the door. If the thing comes in here, we'll blow it away.
Mhm,
Oh yeah,
okay.
because that worked so well the last time. Remember the acid blood?
Well, I would stay away from that if I were you.
No,
In this medical facility, is there some sort of like camera? I mean, I don't know. I
Like
need
on
to
my-
see if you're going to take a record of it.
I have my
Master,
video
Uh,
camera.
Oh, you have a video camera. Perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to hand it to you. Look here. You tried to get a picture of it. Please give me the jar.
all right, so you've got the jar with the sample of the dead thing in it. All right.
Yes.
So at this point, the motion tracker is showing it stopped immediately outside the door.
Yeah. It's right in front of the door.
It's not moving.
Oh, I don't want to open the door.
I don't want to open the door.
no,
I
let's
highly
wait.
recommend no one opens the door.
When I look around, do I see any air vents or anything else around me that?
Oh yeah, there's 3 air vents here at least. Yeah,
Okay, remember
There's like a hood.
earlier?
there's a hood for a lab, like
Oh,
a
Okay. I'll say, Lloyd, look up. Remember what you saw before when it was in the air vents?
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. It knows how to go through the air vents.
All right, just lift me up. I need to get a shot of it. I want
Lift you up. I'm not touching. No.
No,
just. Is there a foot ladder or something in here? I just want to get a look
well,
at
it's
it.
well
Actually,
the
yeah.
motion tracker is not showing it in the vents currently. It's showing it still sitting out front of the door.
So I'm just saying, one of you
What
should
else?
point your gun up there too, because it could come through there.
I'm gonna hold my pistol up at the air vent.
Well, if
What
if
else
it's
is
not
in the
coming through
lab?
there, why don't we leave through there?
Because
the air
that's
vents?
that's how it travels, man.
It's
could
not
do that.
traveling that way. It's standing outside our door.
That's not where we found it earlier,
Well, if we clearly it walks.
and probably crawls.
Think about
Right.
this. Do we want to in an air vent if we meet up with it where we don't have any place to run?
While they're arguing, I'm going to grab Officer Lloyd Darlington's radio.
Okay.
If he'll allow me as a character. I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
Sure,
And I'm going to radio the pilot.
sure, yeah. This Ortiz, yeah.
Ortiz, have you seen the reinforcements yet?
No sign of them yet.
Have they radioed in?
No.
Well, you call
No
my
word.
call my Sue, please, and tell her this is an emergency.
Sure, yeah.
Thank
Good
you.
on it. Are you guys okay?
Cool.
What's going on down there?
Keep the doors closed.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna grab that radio back and be like, "Give me that back." You're,
So at this point, by the way, there is movement on the motion tracker. It's coming down the corridor from the other direction than that thing did.
Oh,
Great.
It's a
Now there's
separate dot.
more. There's more.
oh
Is
well,
it-
maybe
is
we
it
found
big?
maybe
What's
we
it look
found
like?
Mulvern.
Will you open the door, please? I just need to get a shot of it, and I can't do that when there's a door in the way.
Robert, please do not open the door.
I don't
Uh,
want to open the
Is
door.
there? Oh, I'm just kind of spitballing here. Is there like fire suppression or liquid nitrogen or anything in this
Yeah,
lab?
sure. Oh yeah, there's definitely a canister of liquid nitrogen in here.
Okay. I'm gonna grab that.
Sure, it's not big. It's about the
Right.
size of like a fire extinguisher, but yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna grab that in case. Not naming names, someone opens the door.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not in charge, but I wish I was. I'm just saying that. So.
Wish she was. You don't even know how violent or vicious this thing is, and you want to go cracking open doors.
No, I want to get a look at it so we know what we're dealing with. I need to talk to my boss. You understand? My boss that runs the station that we came from with all of the resources and firepower and everything.
Robert, as much as I hate to agree with Darlington, I'm pretty sure it looks like that thing in the jaw, but bigger.
Okay.
Oh, it doesn't even look like that. That's cute compared to what this is.
We need to understand this thing.
Understanding is
This is bigger
murder.
than us. Do you understand that?
Oh,
Yes,
I,
it's physically
I,
bigger.
I understand it just really well.
So by the way, Darlington, on your motion tracker, that other dot
Yeah.
moved up to in front of your door
Oh,
and stayed stationary for a moment and then turned and went back the way it came.
see, there was 2 of them. Now there's 1.
So we have 2 of these things to deal with. Great, awesome. You shot 1, but we don't know if we have the firepower to take on both of them. I think we need to find a way to get it away from the door.
Do we need to be murdering alien creatures? Can we just at least contain
It's a-
them and
is
get
it-
away to a safe place?
Well, maybe if you give me a second, if we can contain it somewhere, fine. I'm fine with that, but that means somebody's got to be bait.
Do you think my stun baton would work on it, Darlington?
No.
I think it'd tickle it.
I mean,
It'd be like
you don't know till you
static
try.
I mean, you could try it, but I think it'd be like static electricity.
Does this ship have redundancy in case there's a hull breach? Can we just seal off part of it?
You probably could. You could probably do that from the bridge or from engineering. Yeah.
But the thing is, it moves through the vents. If it doesn't also shut off the vents, you still get out of whatever room we put it in.
The thing's smart, man. The thing's smart.
I do have a
How do you know it's
canister.
smart?
Because it was hiding in an air vent and it attacked me.
I really think, Officer Darlington, you need to just calm down and relax. You've taken this a little hard. You might be exaggerating a little. We're trying to get some facts. You're not giving us any facts.
Okay.
I do show them the can of liquid nitrogen. We could possibly freeze this thing if it didn't.
Yeah, that's
as it
probably
comes in.
true.
How big is it?
How big is the thing?
It
Yeah.
it took up like the entire corridor, and what, these are 7-8 foot ceilings? All of that. All of it. It's huge.
Which does make you wonder how it was squeezing through that air vent. But yeah.
Could be like a reptile where it gets really tiny and then gets bigger. I don't know.
It certainly looked big.
Yeah.
But if
Not
you guys
friendly.
want to freeze it, by all means, go ahead.
It might be our best chance. And rob out this way, we might be able to bring some part of it preserved, if not alive.
It's a good plan, Yusuf. Let's do it.
All right. Well, I
I'm
ain't
not-
helping freeze it,
I'm-
but I'll open the door if you both want to grab canisters and try and freeze it.
There's
Well,
only one.
you'll
Okay.
need-
Somebody
get out
needs
of-
to take video of this thing.
You keep taking video. It's like, I have a canister. Mr. Kano, would you please grab another canister?
Well, I think since I'm one of the few people who has weapons, someone else should do the canister. Perhaps Okafor, you're so excited to see this thing. Why don't you use a canister?
Oh, for the love of all that's holy. I'm gonna like find some medical tape and tape the camera like on me.
All right, sure.
and then take the canister. Okay.
Mr.
Sure.
Okafor, next time I will bring a GoPro, I promise.
Thank you.
All right. Who's doing the door opening?
Not
I'll
me.
open
Not-
the
not it.
door.
Okay.
If the two
Take-
people with
Take the
guns.
stun baton just in case.
All right. I'll take his stun baton
Okay.
Right.
and just have it, and I'll be like, okay, Robert, Seth, you ready?
Ready. You go higher,
Three.
I'll
Let's
go
do it.
low.
2, 1. I open the door.
You pull the door open, and there's nothing in the corner.
Alpha.
There's nothing there.
What do you mean there's no? Didn't you just see something on your little thing there, Lloyd?
Arlington,
last-
God damn it!
It was the last position shown on your thing.
Uh,
It was right outside that door.
It was right here.
Maybe it is malfunctioning.
Well, no, I don't think it's not functioning all the time. We
Turning
still
off the
saw it
camera.
earlier.
Seriously, Darlington.
okay.
I'm
Well,
telling you, the thing was 7 or 8 feet high.
I can vouch for him.
we believe you, but just shut the door. Let me get to work and see what I can make sense of this.
I'll close the door.
Robert, give me the jar.
All right. Yeah. So
I'll unwrap the camera.
It's duct taped to your hair.
That's great.
Actually, I'll just turn off the camera because I might need it. It's my new body cam.
Mhm.
How do I take something off of my inventory? Because I no longer have a camera.
there you go. All right. So yeah. So Dr. Abu, do you want to start examining the body of the thing? Anybody else? What are you guys doing at this point?
I'm gonna hand back to Marshall's baton and be
Tom.
like, I guess we didn't need that. And just be like, hey, I heard and I saw what I saw. It's big, it's nasty. I don't think we should be messing around with it, and I can see why they would want to blow this place up.
I
Right,
see your point. And,
Darlington?
and again, I don't mean to disagree with you, Mr. Masters.
Uh,
I completely trust your sense of observation. If this thing, sharp tooth McBurney blood here, exists, I'm pretty sure the giant one exists too. But this is our best chance for finding a way to stop it.
All right, Darlington, that dot on your motion tracker is moving.
Yeah, see, it's moving again. Let's just get out of here. I don't like being trapped here.
It's moving up the corridor towards the galley.
Yeah,
So towards the front of the ship where you're docked.
Oh, great. Well, we're not going that way now.
yeah. Pretty soon we're not going to have a way to
Ortez, I'm gonna,
Get on the radio?
I'm
Sure.
gonna grab Darlington's radio again. Ortez, unlock. You need to disengage from the ship and seal the doors.
Are you guys done? Aren't you coming back? What's going on?
We know just temporarily, but we believe there is.
No.
What do I tell him?
Right. Now he's sending the ship away.
Just don't leave. Just disengage and seal the doors.
No.
Yeah,
No.
Darling, are you saying that over so they can hear?
Yeah, I'm gonna say
Yeah.
no.
Oh, yeah.
Don't listen to him.
Darlington, what am I supposed to be doing here?
Make sure don't let anyone in.
That thing is going to get in there.
Okafor is right.
What
She's got to
thing?
close the
Radio.
doors.
A thing?
She's got to disengage.
What kind of thing are we talking about? What do you
Ortez,
say?
listen to me. Close the
Some kind of
doors.
dangerous
Disengage.
alien.
Yeah, let's just lock ourselves into this ship.
Wait
with
for
that group.
reinforcements and call
I'm
my
gonna go
boss.
and turn the Delta Struck back on if we do that. I will. I'll do it.
Darlington, what am I supposed to be doing here?
Stay attached to the ship, but make sure no one gets in.
Okay, sure, that's what I've been
How is
doing.
she going to do that? How is she going to do that, Darlington? It's an airlock.
Robert, you said yourself we don't know enough about this thing. It could very well be able to breathe outside.
This is true.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter if they disengage or not.
No, I'm not saying
Well-
that. It might. It's still, it's subject to the laws of physics. It might not be able to make it. It's not going to be able to jump from this ship to ours if our ship is far enough away. It's best to have him just circle the craft until we're ready for him to re-engage the airlock.
Yes.
Sorry.
All right, that's okay. I'll reluctantly give in
Give the order to
disengage and
disengage and stay in
yeah.
the area.
Yeah.
Okay, boss, just let me know what you want. Yeah, so
They call me boss.
Tell her to
Yes,
call
you're
my
such a
boss.
big boss.
Tell her to call your boss.
well, she does work for you, Darlington. So
Right.
all right, so yeah, there you go. The dot has disappeared off your motion tracker at this point.
All right.
And good, we're trapped. Yay.
Yay, we're trapped.
Oh, that was out of character. Sorry.
I was gonna be like, I don't think that's something Robert would have said.
Like, of course, it was your. Never mind.
Part of my evil plan of suicide. Yes.
So
Wha-
Masters, at this point, you kind of faintly hear something, kind of this rhythmic noise, and you realize that alarm is back on.
Ugh.
The
It's
reactor
like, what the
alarm
fuck?
that you turned off is back on.
Why is that back on? I shut that off for a reason. It's noisy, but oh Jesus, somebody's turning back on, possibly turning back on the.
It could have also been triggered by opening the reactor door too.
Well, something turned it back on, and we need to take care of the reactor now. So, Robert, if you even want anything from this ship, those two aliens on it, you guys got to come with me and help me shut this reactor off, or there won't be anything for anyone to look at,
Well,
including us.
currently, only Darlington and Masters have radiation protection gear on.
Well, I meant them to like watch the door.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. So can we go handle that?
Let's go.
You don't need to be condescending, Masters. I understand what's at stake here. I'm trying to just preserve an incredibly important moment in history. That's all. To me.
Except, but my life isn't important. I get
Okay,
it. I
well,
understand.
your life. You're very dramatic. Okay, can we just do this thing? What do we need to do? Just tell me what to do.
Right.
Quit condescending.
Guard the door. Make sure nothing comes through with anybody else, and me and Lloyd can take care of this and get it done. Shouldn't take us long, and we can get out of here. So that way you can keep your ship, and it's nice and self-contained. When everybody gets here, everybody wins.
Excellent.
Okay.
All right,
I'm
so
on
are
board.
you all going to troop over towards the reactor?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you'll head down that way. The lighting is still really low. That noise from the reactor alarm is getting louder as you get closer. I'm going to share screen again here. So yeah, so you guys come down out of the science blister. There's no movement out here. There's nothing you can see. Although the lighting is very dim, there's a lot of shadows along the corridor here. You come around this junction, you make your way over here. You're being very careful, I'm sure, keeping an eye on things. When you come up here and open this door towards the reactor, you see way down the hall in the sort of dim light, it's hard to make out. There's a figure all the way down at the end here. And they turn, and it looks like Malvern. And they're carrying a something big in their arms, like looks like a big cooler or something.
Oh dear.
And they turn, look at you for a second, then step through this door and close it.
Oh, Jesus. What the hell? What has he got? Well, we'll worry about that later.
Why don't I go talk to him and you guys handle the reactor?
You really want to go alone?
I have a way with words.
Do you though?
You shut it, Lloyd. Trying to piss me off. You wait till the requisition happens, and I'm the CEO. We
Do
just
you
wait.
though? All right. All right. So Okafor, you want to head that way?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So clearly,
Try not to
Darlington.
trip on your ego, Okafor.
Boom, headshot.
So Masters and Darlington, you guys are going to go into the reactor area.
Yep.
Okay. We'll cut back to you in a minute there, Okafor, as you head down. What are the others of you guys doing? Dr. Marshall?
All right. What I'm gonna say is I need somebody to help me. Either since Lloyd already has the gear on, Lloyd, if you don't mind handing your weapon off to the doctor so that he can guard the entrance and hopefully keep us safe. And then we can get in here and take a look around and figure out what we need to do.
You want me to give the not doctor my
Hey.
weapon?
I
Hey.
need your hands free.
And he had like 8 years to get that degree.
Thank you.
Exactly.
All right. I'll reluctantly give him my pistol.
He has a PhD in science.
Okay, so
Feel the love.
we're gonna get.
So Darlington, you do hand off your pistol to the
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay, so you guys standing like outside the door in the reactor control area here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so Marshall and Doctor here, Darlington, Masters going in here to work on it. Yeah, as you go in, you see that the reactor door is in fact open.
Like, what the hell?
That shouldn't be the case.
Yeah, that's not
That's
good.
not good.
Well, let's get in there quickly. We got to shut this down completely, all the way to nominal.
Okay, so you two get in there. When you step
Yep.
inside, you can see over here on this, along this wall, an area that you couldn't really see through the viewport in the door itself. There are the bodies of 2 people. They seem to be like, their lower bodies are wrapped in some sort of weird organic-y looking goo. Like it's solid, but it's like, it's undulating kind of, it's got an irregular surface. It's smooth. They're kind of slumped over. And sitting on the floor in the middle are these kind of small oval things about 1.5 feet tall, about 3 or 4 of them.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Yeah, so you guys both need to take another stress for seeing these people in this condition.
Okay.
I'd like to remind the group that I'm currently stress-free.
Exactly. And
Everything's fine.
and far away from all the
Yeah, everything's fine. We can just have a
I mean,
picnic.
I could just take care of this
Yeah.
myself, you know.
All right, so what are you two doing in there? That's what you see.
I'm just gonna be like, okay, I'm not worried about those. Let's head over to the control panel real quick and see where we're at with this.
Okay, so just as you say that, one of these people, these bodies, lurches up, like lifts up from the waist and is like looking around, eyes open.
Holy shit!
Yeah, so that's a panic
Freaking
roll for
out.
both of you. Go ahead and make a panic roll. So roll a
Alright.
d6 and add your current stress level.
A D6 and add my current stress level. Great.
Yeah. I see a 9 coming from Darlington.
I'm a 5.
All right, so Masters, you're holding your stuff together, but Darlington, you freak out. And were you carrying anything? This says you dropping stuff. You'd handed off your pistol. You got your motion tracker still.
Yeah, I do have my
probably.
motion tracker.
Yeah, you drop that thing and jump back and freak out.
Yeah.
Like, whoa! Let's see. And you increase your current stress level by 1 as well.
Oh, great.
Oh boy, that's not good.
Thankfully, it wasn't one of the ones that's catching. There's a lot of effects that make everybody in the area stressed as well. So,
And
right,
I'll just be like, calm down, calm down. We'll take care of that in a minute. And I'll like try and push the body away and try and just.
Well,
be like,
this person is alive and is like is starting like slowly talking and saying, "Help me! Help! Get me out of here! Help!"
And I'm just like, I don't think I can, man. You're the radiation. It's leaking. There's no help for you.
That's very practical.
Yeah.
Do I hear any of this?
Yeah, you guys can hear this outside. Well, the guys on the corner can vaguely hear it. You heard Darlington yelp probably.
Then I guess because I'm still holding my shit together, I'll be like, I'm not really sure what to do next.
I mean, you can do some diagnostics real quick in here and try to, just see.
Yeah, I guess I'd do that. What sort of a roll?
What's going on in there?
You can do. I'll let you do either. It's physical in here. I'd say do a heavy machinery roll. You're pretty good at that too. So.
Okay, give me just a sec. I can't actually access my thing while you're viewing, while you're sharing your screen.
You can't. Okay, let me get back out of there. There you go. Perfect.
There we go. A machinery roll?
Yeah, heavy machinery.
Heavy machinery. Where the heck is it? All right. So just it has a 3, and then I do anything else to that?
It's your whatever your stat is, which is strength for that. So it's your strength stat plus your skill level. So add those together, roll that many base dice. Don't forget to add in all of your stress dice as well.
All right, so 5, 6, 7, 8, plus 2 stress dice. Well, I broke even.
As in 6s and 1s?
I got 1 6 and 1 1.
You got a 1 1 on the stress die?
Yeah, 1 1 on the stress die, 1 6 on my other dice.
Okay, well, hang on to that 6. Go ahead and roll another d6 and add your current stress level to it.
Okay. 4.
That's a total of 4?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so you're still calm. You're keeping it together, holding it together barely. So that means you are successful at your other roll.
Okay.
So basically what you've been able to do is shut down this section of rods, like seal it off.
Okay.
So it's going to help, but it's not going to solve the complete issue. It's going to take a while to do this. You're going to have to do it for every one of these sections. There's probably 6 places you're going to do it. Meanwhile, this person is still saying, "Help me, get me out of here, get me out of here."
And I'm like, Lloyd, can you help him at all? I gotta handle this.
I gave my gun to the doctor.
Well,
That's how I would help him right now.
so,
Well, I mean, you can see that they're, like I said, their whole lower body is encased in this stuff, this kind of hardened liquid stuff, and they don't look good at all. Like
I'm gonna go back out into the hallway and get my gun from the doctor.
Okay.
Okay. What's going on?
I need my pistol back.
Arlington.
Okay. What else did you see in there?
You don't want to know, man. We've
Can you
got
give me-
people. We got people stuck to walls.
Wait, there's people in there?
in cocoons. I guess they're people. They don't look all that good though.
Well, I have to see them.
Oh,
You
okay.
can't go
You don't
in
want
Hang
to.
on.
You can't go in there. There's radiation in there.
How big is the jar?
The jar.
How long
you
will it
have,
take you
the
to
little
get out of
glass
that
jar?
suit?
Yeah, how big is the jar?
It's not very
that-
big. It's like like that. Maybe 1.5 feet tall. Maybe a foot across.
Okay. I'm going to dump
That's
the alien that's in the jar out
just in the corridor. Yeah,
the corridor and,
sure.
Oh my
and
god.
just hand the pistol and the jar to Darlington. It's like, look, I'm giving you back a gun. If anything pops out of anything, put it in this. Here's the lid.
Speaking of that sort of thing, Masters, go ahead and give me an observation roll.
Okay, observation. 3, and I have nothing in observation, so 3. And I still
And
have
add
my
your stress. Oh
plus
yeah, add
your
your
stress
stress
die, yeah.
always. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oopsie.
So you can see if a roll, particularly a roll you're not that great at,
Yeah.
the stress could help.
So 2 6s and 1 1 on the stress die.
Okay, so roll that panic roll again for the stress die. So it's a d6 plus your current level, which is 3. Yeah.
So that's a 3 total.
Okay. Yeah. Well, no, it's you have a stress level of 3 or stress level of 2.
Stress level of 2.
Okay, good. So yeah, no, so you're cool with that. So yeah, you do notice you kind of are looking around, looking at what to do next, and you notice that one of those oval shaped things on the floor, the top of it has just opened up,
Oh God.
peeled back into these 4 little like leaves, kind of.
I'm gonna yell at Lloyd. Lloyd, I need you soon with that gun.
I know what's coming next.
Yeah.
So
Remember, jar.
So I've got the
pistol
gun.
in a
And
jar.
I'm not really even remotely excited about putting anything in that jar.
Yeah.
But I'm taking it just because I can get my gun back,
Mhm.
and I go back into the reactor corridor there.
Yeah, sure. You walk in there, you see Masters frantically like lifting and pushing sections of rods down. This person is still moaning and reaching out, like pitifully grasping, reaching across the room towards Masters, saying, "Help me." One of the oval things on the floor, the top is opened up.
Okay, it just opened up though. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's nothing.
That's it.
Um,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna shoot the guy in the head that is reaching out.
Yeah, you don't need to roll for that. They can't move.
Nice.
So yeah, you just execute this crew person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot him right in the head.
First,
Blood flows everywhere.
then I'm just gonna mutter, "I'm sorry," and
Do the other
because
one.
I'm not heartless.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. But you're gonna do both.
Unlike Okafor.
Yeah.
Oh no, I have a heart. I want to.
Speaking of Okafor, let's cut to Okafor for a second
It's
here.
incredibly
Okay.
black and shriveled.
So Okafor, you hustle up the corridor. Where did you want to go? I'm assuming you're heading for the shuttle.
Yeah. I am. There was that guy.
Sure,
the
Malvern.
doctor. Yeah, who's kind of heading that way too, or was in the same. So, yeah, my ultimate goal is to get to the shuttle, but I need
Sure.
to mitigate this thing first.
Sure, yeah.
So, I'm gonna go in, and I'm not even sure what's in there. Is it the cargo bay? Where did he go?
No, it's just you go through the door he went through. There's a junction. There's doors to the left and forward. Forward, you estimate would lead you up towards the cargo, the vehicle bay where you came in. To the left, you don't know what's over there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if he's not in the junction, I'm going to continue to go towards the shuttle.
Yeah, sure. So you make it up to the next junction, and there you see Malvern there. He's bending over something on the floor. He's got something, a box or something sitting on the floor.
Hey, Doc. What's up, Doc?
He'll turn to you and hit you
Whoa! I'm just
with his fist.
I just work here, man.
Yeah, that's what he's doing now. So we're not going to do initiative because you were not expecting that surprise
Well, no, I
pop.
wasn't.
But let's see what he's got here. Let's see.
Gotta say hi to somebody. Whack! What the hell?
Oh, hey, calm down. You know,
Okay.
That's not okay.
it's not like I've ever been hit before, but
Don't you know I'm going to be in charge of this place in less than an hour?
It's like 45 minutes now. I'm gonna be real sorry.
Okay. Do you? So in this game in combat, you can, if you are holding something, you can try to block an attack coming in. So
Oh, I'm
you
not
try to do
holding
that?
anything. No, like the only thing I have is the camera that's taped to me. But
Right. Yeah. So
yeah.
nothing. Okay. All right.
Headbutt him. It'll look real cool.
You get punched, and you feel this punch. It's going to do 2 health. So your health is derived from your strength. So what's your current strength?
3.
3. So you've just taken 2 of your 3 health points in a punch, like a solid punch.
Ow.
I really am
It
polarizer.
staggers you back, and you fall flat on your butt behind on the corridor. Yeah. And you see Malvern stepping towards you.
Whoa. Tacking the wrong person. I'm on your side here. I want to destroy this place just like you do.
You want to try to manipulate him?
Yes.
Okay, go for it.
All right, so now we're talking. Now that's 5 plus manipulate. Wait, no, I'm sorry, wrong stat. That's 3 plus 3. Okay, and I don't have any stress right now.
Of course,
Stress free.
Usually.
Just like Paul Reiser was, you know?
Yeah.
I got no successes here. So
do you want to try to push that
I
roll?
would like to push that, please.
So now you get your first point of stress.
Okay.
And add
And
that
then
in.
I add the stress die.
And reroll everything.
1 on the stress die and 1 success.
Okay, so it's very unlikely you will panic, but go ahead and roll a d6 if you get a 6.
So that's 2 plus 1 is 3.
No, you're still holding it together. And you just said you got a success on the manipulation.
Yeah.
Okay. Normally you have a feeling that you're talking a good game. You would normally be able to convince someone to hold off and chat with you.
Yeah.
He has a completely flat affect and it seems to ignore you completely.
So the aliens got to him somehow is basically what I'm concluding. So is there anything in the immediate vicinity that I can grab and bludgeon him with?
Yeah, you could probably grab, let's see what would be in here. Yeah, actually a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, because I don't want to use my precious knuckles. I need
Sure,
those.
of course, yeah.
Okay.
Wait, do
Run
you
that
still have the,
manicure.
you still have the liquid
That's-
nitrogen
I have
canister?
soft hands. Oh, I don't know. I must have left that behind because I didn't picture myself holding anything. That would have been useful though.
Okay.
Okay, so combat, I guess, is just my strength.
It's your
Close
strength. If you
so
don't have
it's
close
3.
combat skill, it's just your strength.
Yeah.
In fact, let's do some initiative here now that the actual fight is starting.
Got it.
You have an 8. He
Okay.
has a 1, unfortunately for you. So he is going to go first. He will step up to you and try to grab you around the throat with one hand. He gets 2
You really need to
successes.
relax. You really, this is,
He seems
I'm on
very
your-
relaxed.
Okay.
He's not stressed at all. He gets 2 successes, so unless you can try to block him with a close combat roll with your fire extinguisher if you want.
yes, I would.
Knock his arm aside.
Yeah, how do I
So
do that?
roll your 3 dice.
Plus 3 plus the stress die, right?
Yes, plus stress die.
Okay, that's no successes.
You can push that again and add more stress if you want.
I would like to do that.
So add 1 more stress die.
This is like the
Roll.
most horrific thing that's ever happened to my character. You
Exactly.
know? Like, whoa!
How dare you? Oh my God.
I'm 10 years at this company. Okay,
Not my face.
that's a no. That's
Okay, so you can
no
only,
successes.
you can only
Nothing,
push
no
rolls,
ones.
no ones, but no successes. You can only
Yeah.
push rolls 1 time unless there's certain talents that characters can have that let them push certain rolls more than once. But in this case,
It doesn't work because I need somebody to move the. Just so
You
the
need-
viewers
yeah.
can see it. I have a roll manipulation, and a success means a nearby character takes the hit.
yeah, if he was with anybody
no.
else, he should not be on his own for sure. If he's
Yeah.
with other people, you can try to manipulate them into getting in the way for him. Like, no, take care of this.
Yeah,
But in this case, you're on your own. So in fact, he does hit you for 2 health. So you are down to, you're broken. You have 0 health. He's lifted you up by the neck, basically. What you need to do at this point, let me get my GM screen here. We're going to roll on the critical injury table. You get to roll a D6. So roll 2 different colored dice. Tell me, first one's your 10s digit, second one's your 1s digit.
21.
21. He basically takes you and whacks you upside the bulkhead and smashes one of your ears.
Ow.
Yeah, so it hurts a lot, but you're not out of it yet.
The problem
So-
here is I haven't truly yet gotten the chance to be very evil, so the movie audience is not like
They're not hating you
asympathetic
already.
yet,
Exactly.
right? So
You're just mildly annoying, maybe.
right, I need to
But
I need to
not-
like do the evil thing
More
first.
chance for evil. It's now your turn to do something. He has you grasped around the neck, and you've got a fire extinguisher in your hand. You've
Okay.
used
I'm gonna spray him in the face with a fire extinguisher.
you can certainly try that. Yeah, go for it. I'm going to say that's a toughie. We'll say it's a close combat.
Could it be stamina? Because
no.
I'm withstanding the choke. No, okay.
It could not be stamina. It could be it's either ranged or hand-to-hand combat or close combat. So I'm going to go close on this one.
All right, so that's 3 plus my 2 stress. No, I have
Yeah.
3 stress now.
3 stress.
3
now.
stress. Okay.
So stressed.
All right, so I got a success on a stress die.
That works just like anything else. Yeah. So
Great.
yeah, you managed to spray this thing at him. I'm going to say that's going to penalize him in trying to do anything to you. It's not going to do any actual damage, but I think it's going
So I'm gonna run to the shuttle.
Yeah, you can drop to the corridor, sure.
The shuttle's not there though, right?
I think my character's forgotten that.
Yeah, that works. I would, in this situation, I would forget that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes
Please.
sense.
Please remember before you open the door.
Or we're all done, or the game over.
I
Well,
see
it is.
Oh, you said it first.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do
Well,
have 20 minutes. But go ahead.
So you take off and off you go. Okay, so we'll cut
Okay.
back to the scene in the reactor room and
Okay.
outside it. Okay, so you guys, Darlington, I think you had just killed 2 crew people.
Yep.
Masters, you're working away trying to get it contained. The guys in the corridor, what are you doing?
Oh, and I hear
Marshall?
the shots. I'm gonna
Yeah, 2
yell in there.
shots.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
What's
you heard-
going on in there?
I keep peeking in to make sure Darlington still has my jar.
No, the jar's nowhere to be seen. You can't see them. So there's
okay.
2 rooms here. There's like a control room and then a reactor room beyond that.
Right.
And you guys are standing out in the corridor outside.
Oh, okay.
It's like I'll just yell out, "Everything's fine. Just got a little bit of a problem here. The core's almost taken care of. We'll tell
Did
you
you-
when we get out."
Did you need to shoot it?
Yes, a couple times. Sorry.
Okay.
All right,
Not my
Doctor-
science, not my kind of science, I guess.
Dr. Bood, you feel something dripping on you.
I was waiting for this.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you kind of look
Whatever.
around.
Whatever could that be?
And
I can't
and-
imagine.
looming over you is this massive black, vaguely humanoid creature covered in pointy, sort of fringed edges, and this massive long head is leaning over you, dripping ichor on your shoulder, and you turn and you see it. So you need to make an immediate panic roll with 1 additional stress to whatever you already had.
Okay. So a panic roll again is I roll my total
It's a
stress.
D6 plus your current stress level, which should be 1 higher than.
I think I just have 1 stress.
Yeah.
Oh crap. 7.
So you have 7
Oh.
total. Okay, yeah. So
Yep.
you're starting to lose it. You start to tremble. I think that's the 7 effect. Let me double check you there. Yeah, you have a nervous twitch. Your stress level and the stress level of all friendly PCs within short range of you, which is the Marshal, increases by 1.
Oh.
So
Oh, okay.
you turn and see you see the doctor shaking, and at this point, the thing just opens its mouth slightly and hisses at you.
Both mouths.
At you, yeah. So you get 1 more stress and get another panic roll.
1 more stress and another panic roll. Congratulations.
Okay, so +3 now. Great.
Mhm.
8.
8. Oh, yeah. By the way, stress can never go down from these. It always, if it doesn't go higher, it bumps up to the next highest one.
So do I see the thing or just see him freaking out?
You turn and see him sort of freaking out, and then you realize that thing is looming over him. So you'll see it as well, which will pick you up a stress level, sure.
Yeah, I got that.
So now you have a definite shake. And again, so Doctor, you get one more stress level, and Marshall, you get one more stress level. Now, you guys should be approaching 4s and 5s, I'm guessing,
I
somewhere
have
there?
4, yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it doesn't trigger another roll, but it does
Does
cause you to be
this
highly stressed.
does
So
the
should-
shaking cause a liquid nitrogen canister to go off?
No, it does not.
Oh,
And that's where you are. So we need to roll initiative for you guys, or draw initiative for you guys. So let me shuffle these cards up real quick. Okay. So Doctor, you're 8. Marshall, you're 9. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys in the reactor room initiative just in case you intervene in this.
Sure.
So Masters, you're 2, and Darlington, you're 1,
Nice.
and the thing goes in 3. So one of the cool aspects of this game, I'll just tell you mechanically, so you know if you haven't looked at the game before, is that when a creature attacks a xenomorph, they all have a special like table you roll on to see what their attack is, and you
goody.
luckily got the 1 result of it just scaring you initially. But now when it acts, it's going to do something else, which is
yay.
it's going to try to grab you, Doctor. It reaches out these 2 sort of humanoid arms and grabs you by the shoulder. So let's see what that does.
This game is so good.
It's great.
Is-
Especially if
I'm
you've
loving
seen
it.
the movies, it just you can get right into it.
Yeah, you somehow are incredibly lucky, and it's just you managed to like shakily step back out of reach of it.
I'm not
So-
evil. I'm not evil. I am greasy.
Yeah, so yeah, it did not succeed in grasping you. So yeah, you guys get to act. So that would be whoever's got a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Is that you, Doc?
That is me.
Yeah, so this is what
Okay.
happened. So you're really scared, and there's this massive, frightening alien looming over you that
Okay.
somehow hasn't killed you yet.
I am going to unleash, liquid nitrogen hell.
The fury of liquid nitrogen.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you just toss it. I'm going to say that's going to be a ranged combat roll for you, not close combat because you're trying to toss it onto it.
Right. Oh, good. Okay. Range
And
is much better.
And add all your
Whoa.
stress in.
So 3. I don't have anything in ranged combat, but I
So
do
you just have your base
4.
agility plus your stress dice.
all my stress. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
No. Okay, I got a success on the stress die, but I also got a failure on a 1 on
Okay.
the stress die.
So roll that 1 d6 and add your current stress level.
8 again.
8 again. That means it bumps to 9. Yeah, you are shaking and you actually drop the canister
Oh,
without getting to
Jesus.
splash it.
oh no.
Yes, and your stress level increases by 1 because oh shit, you just dropped your canister of liquid nitrogen.
Jesus Christ.
Does it
Yeah.
stay closed at least?
Sure. No, we
Or
had to
am I
open because
about
you were
to
trying to
have-
toss it. I'll say you drop it. It just sort of splashes. It doesn't hit you, thankfully.
Okay, so no case of cold feet. Okay.
No. Okay. So then it would be Marshall. You see all
Yeah.
this happening.
All right. Well, does
You
it
can-
look like
You can get a straight shot at the thing over the doctor's head.
I can? Okay, and he's like,
He's shaking like uncontrollably.
should is he gonna get splattered or whatever?
Yeah, I'm sure. So are you. At this range,
Great,
you're less than 10 feet away from this thing.
awesome. Okay, well, I'm gonna shoot it
Okay, good deal.
'cause that's what I have to
That's
do.
what you do, exactly.
Yeah.
That's your job.
that's
Add
right.
in your stress dice, don't forget.
Oh yeah, I would never forget.
So
many.
So many extra chances to hit.
That's right. Oh my gosh. Well, all right. Well, no ones on the stress dice, but I did get 1 6.
Okay.
Oh, good. Okay.
That
One
counts.
success.
Yeah, that's decent.
Yeah, that hits it. Okay, and your pistol does 2 damage.
Yes.
Okay. So the way this is another little aside for mechanics. Those of you who are kind of wanting to learn the game as we go, everything has an armor rating. If it has armor on, humans can wear armor. In this case, the xenomorphs have armor naturally, and they have an armor rating, and you roll that many dice, and every 6 blocks a point of damage. So currently, you're doing 2 points of damage. and it has a lot of armor. And in continuing my whole series, I don't think I've rolled a single success on an alien roll the entire game. It does nothing, so you hit it.
Right,
So
right in
you
the little
do-
mouth.
You do 2 points of damage to it with your pistol, which does not break it. But what it does do is it spews acid blood, as you surmised. And every alien has an acid rating, in this case, a 10. So you add the damage you've done to the acid rating, and you roll that
10.
many dice.
10's really low, right? It's not.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's not bad at all. That's how many dice I'm going to roll. 10 plus the 2 for the damage, and that's the. If any 6s come out, you guys all get hit with those.
Oh boy. He's grabbing more. He's grabbing more.
More dice.
Yeah.
I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this.
Well, I mean, like I said, I haven't only. Oh, now the 6s come up.
Oh, boy.
So,
I duck behind the doctor.
Dr. Abood and Marshall, you both get hit for 4 points of acid damage. So that
Ooh.
comes off your health.
Oh boy.
Is
Okay.
anybody at 0 health at this point?
Health is just strength.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay, Doctor. I'm assuming you also.
Yeah, I only had 2 strength.
Right, exactly.
Oh.
So, yeah, so the 2 of you are both going to get critical injuries. So go ahead and roll a d6/6. Get a roll 1 stress die and 1 regular die.
Gotcha.
Make the stress die your 10s digit.
14.
And I'm
I
gonna have to
also-
I'm gonna have to interpret these somewhat, given that it's just acid damage. But yeah. So Marshall, you got a 14.
Yep.
It splashes over your legs. You have mobility at -2, and you cannot run currently. You have this shearing pain in your leg. Okay. Doc.
Okay.
I also rolled a 14.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, that's same thing for both of you. This you must have plugged it in the leg or something, because acid shoots out and splashes over both your legs.
Okay.
So you guys are both at -2 to your mobility skill, and cannot run.
Oof.
Can't run? That can't be. That can't. No harm could come for that.
I have -1 mobility.
Yeah. So that's not happening. Okay.
Masters, Masters, the thing
yes.
is out here.
So after this final action, by the way, aliens also get multiple actions per round. So after this final action, you two in the interior can start acting next round. In this case, though, the xenomorph launches an all-out attack at the doctor. It starts thrashing at you and slashing. It's got these like long, sharp ridges along its limbs and sharp points on its elbows, and it's got this tail that whips around with a big stinger on the end of it. And
Yay.
it's trying to attack the doctor with everything it's got. So let's see. Oh yeah. Okay. If you had any armor, this attack is armor piercing, but you don't have any armor.
I don't think any of us got any armor.
It's a I don't know. It's a very nice lab coat.
Made out of tungsten and carbon fiber.
Yeah,
It
that's
hits.
worth 10 points of armor, right?
It hits and does 3 points of damage. You're already broken, so it's going to go straight to another critical. So go ahead and roll for that one. The D6/6 again, Doc.
Oh,
Would you roll
what'd you roll, man? You're
for
muted.
6?
a
For your
36. How
What's that?
much?
36.
Oh, 36. So that's not too bad, obviously.
Oh,
Basically, it slashes you across an arm. Let's see. It slashes you across your left arm and almost severs it. And you cannot
Holy crap!
you cannot use that arm.
Yeah, I didn't think.
So
okay.
you can't run,
So
and you
can't
can't use
run.
an arm.
All right,
okay, so if I make it out of this, I'm going to be turned into a robot.
you're gonna have to. Yeah, cybernetics. Okay, so let's go back to the top of that round. I think Masters, you had the 1. Is that true?
I had a 2.
2.
I
Okay.
had the 1.
Charlotte, you have the 1. Okay, so it's up to you. You hear the screaming or whatever out in the corridor. You heard a shot out there as well.
I'm gonna stand in the can I stand somewhere in that chamber?
Yeah, you can
where
step out of the
see?
reactor chamber into the reactor control room and look out the door to the corridor. Yeah.
Okay. And then do I see the alien and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You see it slashing away at the doctor.
yeah, I'm gonna fire at it.
Okay, go for it.
Do the
That's a
thing. Shoot it dead.
range.
Don't shoot it. It's gonna rain acid on me.
You're already kind of
yeah,
like. Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry, doctor. Not everybody makes it out alive.
Eh.
To be fair, we didn't have the
Oh.
motion sensor, so we didn't know it was above you.
In space, nobody can hear you scream in space.
So I got 1 6 on my base die and 2 1s on my stress die.
Okay,
Ow.
so that just is
Oh.
regular triggers 1 panic roll. It doesn't matter how many runs you roll. Just it's
Okay.
roll. It's 1 panic
Yeah.
roll. So d6 plus your current stress level.
So that is 5. That's 11.
11 total.
Yeah.
You have to use your next action to move away from the source of danger and find a safe space if possible. There's no way you can get it out in that corner, so you got to run back into the reactor room.
Right, and kind of cower in fear.
Yeah, and you increase your stress level by 1. Oh no, sorry, no, you decrease your stress level by 1 because you're going into cover.
Oh, okay.
But everybody who just sees you come out and then run back, which is everybody else really, except for Okafor, they increase their stress level by 1.
Even me, I can't see out there though.
Well, he's running into the room with you, running
Oh, okay.
away.
Yeah,
So
and
you see him run away.
You see me run away and cower.
Cower.
Even me, I'm busy.
Yeah, but you'll see this. Your hope that one of the other guys with a gun is just run away.
Now I did
Your
get
hope
one.
dwindle.
I did
It
get
is
1
dark,
success.
though.
But that counteracts it if you get to that
Okay.
level. Yeah.
All right.
So sometimes, if that's at a certain level on the stress table, if it forces you to do an action and you lose the action you rolled,
Okay.
and that's one of the that's the first of those levels.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
So then, Masters, you see that. What do you want to do?
Can I go over there and grab the gun from him and try and also?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'd like to do that. I'll
Yeah, you
run out to grab the gun.
You
run
turn to
out.
run out. You turn to run
Yeah.
out, and you get attacked
Oh, Jesus.
by the thing that's launching out of the open egg on the floor right in front of you.
Oh, great.
No.
I'd forgotten those were there, didn't
Lucky.
Yeah, oh, lucky. That's it. That's the term I'd
Lucky.
use.
Well, you are in fact lucky because again, I've rolled no successes. So this thing launches up into the air right in front of you, and you kind of jerk back, and like there it is.
And it lands in the jar.
Weird crab thing. No, it's it's on the floor. Kind of, it's got long legs, this kind of
Ugh.
flat body, and a long tail that's whipping around, and it's kind of scuttling around on the floor. What do you want to do? You're still there. You can still shoot or whatever.
I guess I'll take a shot at
Sure.
it rather than, because that's clearly a bit more bigger, clear and present danger.
Sure.
So
Good.
I got 6 total plus my stress die, which is 3 here. Ouch. And if I get successes with my stress die, does that still count towards my success?
Oh, yeah. They
Okay.
count as success unless they roll the 1, in which case
Okay.
they need.
Wow. Whole lot of 5s, 4s, but
no 6s.
no successes and no 1s.
Well,
You wanna
you
push
could
it?
push it.
And
I'll
increase your
push
stress.
it.
Okay, increase your stress by 1, so add another stress
Yeah.
die in.
I'm doing it.
I love whenever we play this game and people are like, okay,
I'll
I'm gonna.
take the extra dice.
Like, you know that's a good game when people are like, I'm gonna do it, but I don't.
Oh.
Want
I don't want to do it, but I'm doing it.
So I have 1 success and no failures on the stress dice.
Awesome. So you hit it with the pistol, which does 2 points of damage. Let's see if its little tiny bit of armor does anything. No, it does not. So it takes 2. Yeah, you plug it, and then
I get attacked.
no, you and Darlington, who's right there, each take 3. John, you're covering in cover. I'm not going to hit you with it because you ducked behind one of those casings the people were in. But Masters, you just took 3 points of acid damage from this thing exploding in front of you.
Oh boy.
So
Ow.
and that was a really lucky roll. So on my point, it only does 4 points from the face hugger plus the 2 you did. So I rolled 6 dice and got 3 hits. So it was a very unlucky roll. So you just took. What's your health now?
My total strength is 5.
So you're down to 2 health currently. You're not broken yet, but this thing is burning all over you. So, all right, cutting back out to. So that was you guys 1 and 2. I think the next action is the alien on a 3. See what he does. He. Are you still on your feet, Doctor, at all? What do you look like right now? You have a cut up
A
arm.
mess.
Yeah, a mess. I kind of look
mess.
like a mess.
But
Yeah,
are you still right in front of him though?
he was above me, so I figured I was knocked down when he started.
Sure. Let
Attacking
me
me?
make a roll here. Let me see.
Okay.
Yeah, he's going to step over you and go for the marshal who's got a gun. So he's doing the same thing. He is just thrashing wildly. The tail is whipping around and trying to hit you. You could. What are you holding, Marshall? Just the pistol?
Pistol and the hand radio.
You can try to block with your radio or something if you want to try to make a block action, which you probably do want to do.
What else would I do? Yeah.
Yeah, make a close combat roll.
Okay. I'm really good at that.
Mhm.
Awesome. Plus I have 5 stress dice, so now I'm really good at it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I got my first
First panic.
first panic. I did get 1 success, but
I will hang on to that just in case,
yeah,
but go ahead and
let's
roll
see.
a d6 and add your current stress level.
That is 7.
Total of 7. So you're just developing a nervous twitch. You increase your stress level by 1. And Doctor, you also increase your stress level by 1 because you can see that the marshal is not going to save you. But you
Nothing
do get,
saving the doctor.
but you do block with the radio, which stops one of the 3 incoming 6s. So instead, you just take 2 points of damage. You don't have any armor, do you?
No.
I don't think so. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. All out attack. Yeah. So it does base damage 2 plus 1 more is 3. So you take 3 points of damage to your health, which was already hurting. So you get another critical injury.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll that one.
66.
66. The
What
tail.
a great number.
The tail, the venom sticking like tail shoots out and pierces your heart, and you die almost instantly. Skewered on its tail.
No.
The doctor's body the marshal's body is
no.
lifted up into the air on this extremely strong tail. Doctor, you're
Oh,
lying on the floor
no.
seeing this.
You should get some stress. Come on.
Sure. Oh, yeah. Take another. You see a friend killed. You do get stressed for that, actually. Yeah. So
Oh my
more
God,
stress
just before
stuff.
I die, you will get 1 stress.
Hey, thanks for you died and then gave us extra homework.
Exactly. So next, I guess, is it would have been Marshall or you, Doctor. I think it's you, Doctor. Go for it.
Okay.
So what do you want to do?
Crawl
It's busy killing the Marshal right now.
away.
I kind of want to make a callback to another show because it just used its tail.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay, but is that canister? It's the only weapon I have.
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
on the floor
canister-
next to you. Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm going to.
I dropped my gun.
You probably do.
Yeah, you probably do.
But it's.
Go
I don't know
for
what's
it.
good. What would be closer to me? I
The
only got-
canister's right by you because you dropped
Okay,
it.
I'm gonna use my good arm and just try to grab the canister and fling it at its back.
Sure.
That's,
Yeah, you
that's
can
all
try
I
that.
got.
Make a ranged combat attack.
Okay. Let's see. Agility 3. Okay. And oh boy. 1, 2,
What do we think of
7.
liquid
7 strength.
nitrogen would do as base damage? I don't know that it's in the book. I'm going to go with equivalent to being able to pistol maybe as base. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll
that's
see.
probably-
Yeah, pistol sounds fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
You hit.
Oh no. No.
But you
I have
rolled
3 1s
on the stress test? Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
roll a d6 and add your current stress level.
8.
Okay, you were already at 9,
9.
so you go to 10, which is frozen by fear or stress for a full round. Lose your next action. Your stress level and the stress level of all friendly PCs in short ranges of you increases by 1, but there's nobody who can see you now because the marshal's dead.
Okay.
So your stress level does go up by 1 because you're frozen in terror. As this
And
thing
liquid
is-
nitrogen.
And liquid nitrogen, yes, which spews everywhere. Okay,
My stress level's real low now.
exactly.
I don't suppose we could do a cut scene up to
Of
Robert.
course, yeah, definitely.
Just real quick, because
Yeah.
this may help or hurt. I don't know.
Sure.
But he's making his way up to the bridge.
Or trying to. Well,
Trying to.
The medic is chasing you.
Oh, okay.
So
So
you'll need to make a opposed mobility roll.
yeah, and I'm trying to maybe like closing doors as I go.
Sure, yeah. You're being strategic about it, but let's see.
Mobility. Wait, what am I rolling? Where
It's
is
under
it?
agility, and there's a skill called
Oh,
mobility.
I see. Okay, so that's 4 plus my 3.
Yeah, plus your stress for sure.
No successes, so of course I'm pushing.
Pushing, of course, increasing your stress.
And yeah, I've got 3 successes on that.
Right, and no ones.
Oh,
on the stress.
there's a 1 on there is a 1 on the stress
Okay,
die.
so roll a d6 and add your current stress level.
So that is 10.
A 10 total?
Yes.
Sure. 10,
No, that was I forgot to add something. No, I'm kidding. It's 10.
10 is you freeze, unfortunately. So
Okay.
you're like, I don't know what to do in this case. So yes, you freeze up, trying to get away from this guy who's methodically like moving towards you with no sign of anger or anything in his face. He's completely flat affect. He's just walking calmly up to you as you freeze. By the way, your stress level goes up 1 more. And he's going to try to hit you again. So let's see what we can do here. All right, yeah, he's definitely going to hit you again for 2 points. So what's
Okay.
your
Well,
current health?
I was already out of health, so
Okay, so you take
Yeah.
another critical, so go ahead and roll that.
okay. 12.
Oh, that's almost nothing. You're stunned though for a round.
Well,
So you're
stunned
frozen in
again.
place and stunned. Okay. Do you want to continue another round of that? Well, in this case, you're stunned and frozen. He's just going to grab you and try to break your neck, as he
Okay.
did those other 2 people.
As you do, yeah.
As you do, yep.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 6.
I
He's
told you to
gonna-
cuff this guy, dude.
Yeah, should have cuffed him. Didn't have a chance.
Right.
He succeeds in the attack, so I think logically to me, since you're stuck and can't do anything with it, I think
This is
he's
it,
just
this
going
is
to
it.
strangle you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's just holding you up without any emotion at all. Clearly, something's wrong with him. And he's incredibly strong as well, lifting you easily with 1 hand. So we'll cut away from that for a moment, though, and cut back to you guys. So I think it was the end of that round. So
Yeah.
I think
That's
It would
was
go
a
into
good cutaway
reactor
point.
next, right? It would be Doug next, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have a 2.
I have a 1.
Yeah, you have a 1.
So,
And
Start
then
with you.
that has a 1. Okay. Yeah.
but there's no imminent danger right now, right?
No, and you don't have to. Your cowering is over. It only
Right.
lasts a round. Yeah, so you can come out from
So,
cover if you want. But you
um,
you heard that shot. So Masters, or not your deputy, Countess deputy, took your gun and shot at that thing in the room with you.
Right.
You don't have a weapon right now.
And I'm gonna look at it like, what the heck is that?
It's another one of those things we saw earlier.
But it doesn't look like either of the other things you've seen.
Yeah, it doesn't look anything like those though.
So there's a whole slew of these things of all different types on the ship.
Great.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's
What?
comforting.
Are there any more of those egg things in this room?
Yeah, there's 3 others.
It's 3 more.
Shoot the other egg things.
Actually, so I don't know how this will work. I'd rather give him back the gun
Sure.
and let him do
Okay.
it.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah. Feel free.
So I'm gonna shoot the egg.
Yeah, you don't have to roll. It's right there. It's impossible to miss.
Okay.
It does though
Well.
spew out acid though.
Of course it does.
So
Everything's
let's see.
acid based.
I know.
It's great. It's wonderful.
You each only take 1 point of damage though from it.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
so I'm up to 4, almost out of 5 here.
So you're not broken yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so out to the doctor. Doc, what you got? Oh no, sorry, the
Or-
alien goes next for one time. So let's see.
Well, I had a 2. He goes next after me?
Oh well,
Oh,
so,
yeah,
yeah.
that's right.
Yeah, you can go.
All right. So what I was going to do after giving him the gun was like, okay, screw all this. We're blowing this ship up.
Oh, okay. So you want to try to set the auto destruct.
Yes, I want to set self-destruct.
Okay, you need to make a Comtech roll to get that
Comtech.
going, which is wits
it's-
plus your Comtech skill.
Yeah, that's a 4 only on the Comtech. Then I've got
Plus
4 stress.
You're hyped to do this by your stress.
Okay.
So that's the nice thing about the stress mechanic. It's sort of like as you start to get stressed, you start focusing, and it gives you more chance to succeed. But once you get the higher numbers, you're screwing up all the time.
Well, I got 1 success total.
And no stress ones.
No.
Okay, yeah, then you can start initiating the process. It's going to take a while, but yeah, you get it going.
Definitely want to
Good
do
deal.
that.
Okay,
Screw
without
all
telling
this.
anybody.
No, I'll tell them I've done something. We should get out of here if we can.
All right.
Self-destruct initiated. Please
Exactly.
evacuate
Please
in
evacuate.
T minus 3 minutes.
Exactly.
Oh,
That starts coming
actually-
across the loudspeakers. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would have done. I would have set it for something really short too. I've been
It's got a minimum. It does. Yeah. So.
yeah.
All right. So, Doctor, you've got this alien looming directly above you.
Did I lose an action because of my?
Yep.
No, your initiative is later. So it acts on 3 and on 10.
Oh, right.
So it's
okay.
going to act on 3 right now.
Okay. my bad.
But
Sorry.
you're frozen in place and astonished as it steps over you and lopes into the reactor control room, heading right for Darlington with the pistol.
Oh, dear.
Oh, Darlington.
Yeah. So Darlington, this thing comes looming up in through the doorway. You can see it after you just shot the egg and splattered everything around. And it seems it has no expression, but you get vibes of frustration and anger off of it. Its body language.
Sure.
And it is
Does
going
it always
to,
look like that?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
think
kinda.
so. All right, it's going to try to grab you.
It's gonna give you a hug.
You killed all of their little food supply. It needs to resupply. Yeah, it's gonna go ahead and get a hold of you. So you take 1 damage.
Okay.
That's all you take. Does that break you or no?
No, I still have 1 left.
Okay, good. And what happens is it grabs a hold of you, and then the tail whips around and pokes you, but it only pokes you lightly. Like it hurts,
Yeah.
but it doesn't. But all of a sudden, you feel this weird like sensation spreading out from that area. It's like when you get a bee sting or a wasp sting. You ever have that? And you know that weird.
Yeah.
You can feel that toxin. That's what you're feeling right now.
Oh, nice.
Make a stamina roll.
Stamina. Oh, that's 3 plus my stress, which is 4.
By the way, add 1 more stress while you're there.
I have to say something. That is 0 successes and 1 on my
1
stress
stressed.
die.
Okay. You can push if you want. What this is going to do is tell you how long you can stay conscious.
Yeah, I'm going. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna push it.
Okay,
But
add on more stress.
I still have to.
You're
keep
gonna panic, yeah. Oh, that's right. You can't. No, never mind. Sorry, you panicked. You can't push it yet. So,
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll the d6 plus your stress level.
2, 5, 7.
That's not bad. You're just twitchy. Just increase your stress by 1.
Okay.
As does Masters, by the way.
All right.
And you rolled no successes, so you pass out instantly. You're paralyzed, and it's got a hold of you, and it's lifting you off the ground.
So his gun drops.
Yeah, his gun drops. Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Okay, that was 3. I think the next action is on 8. Is that the doctor or the marshal?
That was me.
Okay, then you get to act.
Okay, I thought I lost an action because of my last.
What was your last
roll.
panic? Was it freeze? Let me see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
sorry.
freeze.
So you in fact do lose this action. Okay.
Okay.
So then you're just frozen watching all this in horror. Okay.
Mhm.
Then it goes on to the marshal who's dead. Then it goes back to the alien who now just picks up Darlington and turns and leaves the room, like walks out carrying him.
Okay. Well, I guess what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna because I still have a radio on me.
Sure.
I'd like to radio the ship and be like, "Get ready for docking. I don't want you to dock until I get there. Everyone else is either dead or caught."
Okay.
I'm still here.
I'm still alive. Yeah, so
I'm
you
not-
talk to Ortiz.
I'm
Ortiz is
not
like, what do you
dead.
mean? Ortiz is like, what do you mean everybody's dead? What are you talking about? What are you talking
Self-destruct initiated.
Exactly.
Do you hear
T
that?
minus 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
You hear that? Self-destruct's gonna
evacuate.
happen.
What are you talking about? What the ship's gonna blow?
Yes, because there's something on here that we don't want getting anywhere else.
Well, you
The
damn well better
marshals.
get up there quick then.
I'm gonna run as fast as I can. Everyone else is dead or too injured. I can't. Oh my god, I'm out of here. See you
All
over
right,
there.
so you step out of the corridor there, and you see the doctor lying there with his burned up, acid burned leg and
Waving
feebly
one arm.
waving. It's one arm.
Okay.
Hey.
You gonna carry him?
I could try.
All right. Sling him over the shoulder, fireman carry, and
Yeah. That's
and
what
just
I'll
take
do.
off. All right, so the thing is disappeared. You don't see it with Darlington's body. But by the way, Darlington, you're unconscious for a shift, which is 5 to 10 hours.
Mhm.
So you don't know what's happening next for you. Sorry, Okafor, you've been neck snapped.
My neck is broken.
Poor
Yeah.
Marshall is dead with a tail through his chest. All right, make a mobility roll at -2, Masters. Include all your stress, though. Stress will help you move.
Yes, it will. Where's the mobility? There it is. I have no mobility, but agility of 3.
Plus
So
all that stress.
3
That
plus
adrenaline.
5. All that adrenaline rolling through me. Oh wait, -2 you said, right?
Yeah, so just roll 1 base die then,
All right.
plus all the stress.
Let me re-roll that, man. Just
You're gonna
yeah.
okay, sure.
All right. No successes and no losses.
You want to push yourself? If
Might
there's
as
ever a
well.
time to push yourself,
Yeah,
this
This
would be
is
it.
the time.
This is
Yep.
the time.
I'm pushing it.
You got this, Masters.
Self-destruct initiated.
Exactly.
You have
Minus
T
two-
minus 2
2
minutes
minutes,
to
okay.
evacuate.
Yeah, right. Oh no.
Oh no.
One, just one.
Stress 1.
Stress 1.
All right, roll a d6 and
No.
add your current stress level.
Which is 1.
He's just running down in my head as
Six.
just hitting every pipe.
Exactly.
I
Poor
got the
Doc.
lowest roll I could get, which is a total of 7.
Oh, that's good. You just
Yeah,
get a
that's
nervous
good.
twitch, so it just increases your stress by 1. Because
Yep.
fuck, you don't think you're gonna get out of here. So
And I'm
Stop
just like,
shaking.
ah, fuck.
all right. So
Oh, no.
you're running down that corridor. Give me that gets
Nice.
you halfway there. Give me 1 more mobility roll.
All right, so it's -2 still.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
6.
say you ditch the doctor so that you don't. Is the
Uh,
doctor who's giving you the -2?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Gee, thanks, Doug.
That's not
I'm
very
tempted to.
heroic.
Just a doctor.
And he's not even really a doctor.
I have the med kit.
8
It's
years.
true. He does have a med kit.
I have the
does.
med kit.
Yeah.
We could heal him up enough. I got all these. I'm dropping the doctor. I'm doing it. I'm
All right.
dropping the doctor.
So you got your full 3
Yes!
mobility.
Yes!
Sorry, Doc. I can't do this. I'm
This
sorry.
is Pablo. This is the best. You're invited back anytime you want on this show. I'm telling you right now.
You have to look yourself in the mirror now.
Exactly.
I
You
can't.
know what you've done.
All right.
Yusuf was good to you.
The doctor just yells, "You suck."
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
I got 1 stress die.
1-1. Did you get any successes?
No successes, but just 1-1.
Well,
Just
why don't
one.
you can push again? Bringing your stress up to what?
You know what? we're gonna go for it. Yeah, let's just go for it. Let's
How
just
many
keep
stress
at it.
dice are you rolling now?
7.
7 stress dice plus 3
Yeah.
actual dice.
So 10 here. We're looking at 10. Ooh, that's a little better. Oh no, wait a minute. Okay. 2 stress die, 1 success.
All right. Well, you'll have to roll the stress because you're gonna have to make a panic roll and hope you don't roll very high.
From the floor. That's what you get.
A D6 plus your current stress level.
7. Oh jeez, I rolled the lowest I could roll again.
A
8.
1, so a total
Nice.
of 8.
Yeah.
That's not bad. You just start shaking uncontrollably, but you're still moving.
Okay.
From now on, all skills using agility suffer a -2, but you make it to the vehicle bay.
Oh my gosh.
You're there. You can see the airlock. It's right above
All
you.
right, and I'm gonna yell on the mic, Doc now, Doc now.
Yeah. You don't hear anything.
I don't hear anything.
No.
Hello?
I mean, you
Who's
can go
that?
up to the airlock and check
Yeah.
it, but yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
go up to the airlock and check.
Yeah. The ship is docked on there.
All right, I'll open the door and try and get in quickly enough and close the door behind me.
Oh, totally. Yeah, you can jump in there, slam the airlock behind you. There's pilots there in the pilot's chair. There's a co-pilot there.
All right, good. And I'm just gonna out of breath be like, go back to the main ship. Go back to the station.
Yeah. The ship. You hear the airlock undocking, and then the ship pulls away. And go ahead and give me an observation roll.
All right, observation. Contact.
It's me banging on the door.
Poor Dr.
So
Abood.
3 plus all of my dice there,
Sure.
right?
Yeah, all that stress.
What, 7? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, 1 success, 1 failure.
Okay, so roll your d6 plus your 7 stress level. So you can continue your streak of rolling the lowest possible.
Second lowest possible. I'm at 9. This is a 9 this time.
Okay, well, you would normally be dropping something in your hand, but you're not carrying anything really, are you? So
Well, I would have probably just jumped
No,
in there.
he's
And
not
if,
carrying anything or
No.
anybody.
As a matter of fact.
but you do. But the reason your stress is increasing is because you look up and notice that the person in the pilot's seat is not moving, and the person in the co-pilot seat gets up, and it's your friend Malvern, the medic,
Oh, Jesus.
and he's
Oh, no.
advancing towards you. And I think that's a great place to cut that off right there. Do you think?
Sure.
Sure.
We don't know.
Sure. Yeah.
We don't know if Masters can get out of that or not.
We know he can't.
He's on
Uh,
the shuttle with an evil synthetic and a dead pilot.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Synthetics. Why are they
he was-
always evil?
Why are they always
This ship
evil?
wasn't.
This ship wasn't evil, exactly. So, all right. Well, I hope you guys give you a good feel for the game.
That was awesome.
This is cinematic mode, which there's 2 modes to play the game in. So this one is definitely meant to emulate the movies and does a pretty good job, I think, of giving you that feel. The other version is campaign mode. So that one you can play where your characters have a lot more survivability. You don't run into xenomorphs every session. I mean, it's meant for longer term play. And those are kind of cool. You can do, there's 3 campaign frames, they call them. So you can either play colonial marines, you can play space truckers like the first movie, or you can play colonists on a colony planet. So yeah,
That was
Pretty
This
awesome.
game is super fun.
This
Thank
was
you.
great.
love this game.
So
Yeah,
much.
Alien is
Very
a
cool.
great game.
yeah.
Good
and,
deal.
I might
I'm
pick
gonna
it up now just because of that.
You absolutely should. And I'm going to tell folks, if you would like to pick it up, the link is in the description of this video. You can go on to freelypublishing.com. And right now, since they can't ship out of their UK warehouse, they have everything's 20% off if you're shipping it to the States. It is available on Drive-Thru-RPG if you want the digital version, and also if you order it through their web store, and they give you the discount, and they'll ship it whenever whenever they can, once all this COVID stuff is over. They'll send you the electronic versions once that processes, so you'll get those immediately, but the physical items you'll get once they reopen
Start shipping,
the UK warehouse. So
And I think the PDFs are also on sale currently on Drive-Thru. I'm not sure
Are
about
they?
that. I think so,
yeah, I think you're right. I think I saw that.
Yeah.
So if you're watching this recently, if you're watching this after the fact, Sorry, you might have missed out on a sale, but a little bit of a discount, but it's still a lot of fun no matter what. And we said that we figured out that all 4 of you, this is the first time you played this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
nice.
So what? How do you guys feel about it?
Yeah, let's get some initial reactions.
Yeah.
That was definitely stressful.
Yeah, I love the machine behind it. It really emulates the experience well. Very fun.
Yeah. I think the mounting pile of stress dice makes the player stressed to go along with the character. It's really a good mechanic for doing that, and really elegant and simple.
Yeah. I think that's probably what made it the most fun. Is you see it, you can really visualize. Because like in a movie, you definitely have like music and what's happening to give you that stress. Here, you don't have as much of that, so that added feature is like meant to make it all just come together.
Yeah,
Right. It makes it still tangible.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Where we don't have like the
Sure.
we don't have the stimuli. We can still we can have just like a visual representation of how bad things are getting.
One other thing that I'll mention is that players can actually play the androids as well.
Yep.
So if you keep that hidden, and a lot of times what happens is the GM will let one of the players know, hey, you're going to play an android this session, and it's up to the player if they want to keep that hidden, or if they don't keep that hidden to start out the game. Of course, we all know that nobody trusts those people because, as you could see in this session, they're not usually they're not trusted. The other thing that you can do is you can kind of play it to your chest and
You
keep
can
it hidden.
pretend to be stressed.
Yeah, and you pretend to be stressed, and you're trying to fool all your other players that, hey, I am human, but as soon as you get injured and as soon as it's revealed, or whenever it gets revealed, then the stress mechanic goes away.
Yeah. By the way, in this case, Malvern, the evil synthetic, did get an egg out in a cooler. So.
That jerk.
Awesome.
Oh,
So the corporation did get a sample. Sweet.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, that's one thing. We all had secret agendas.
Yeah,
too.
you can tell what you can tell what your
Yeah,
agendas
mine
are.
was make sure that useful samples are retrieved for the company. I was actually going to get to the bridge and have the requisition team come and just take the whole ship, bodies and all.
My
But
goal was also
get that.
get a living sample out.
Oh, cool. That's why we were working so well together.
Right. I was trying for subtle, but like nothing that we had was alive.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
tricky because you kept killing the small things. Yeah, which you
Well,
guys did really well. It's surprising how many tiny aliens you killed.
Will
Would the
was
blood sample have worked?
right.
Because I stuck the blood sample into my med kit. Would that have
Yeah.
worked? Awesome.
Will was your secret agenda to have a heart transplant?
It was.
Nice, nice, you won.
all right.
Fun.
Good job.
No, mine was to keep the station personnel, including my kid, safe.
Ooh, adds a little
Oh.
pathos there.
And here's the
Poignant.
kicker to that. I was supposed to help protect the marshal's back. Clearly that didn't go very well. I did my best, but through the heart, I can't do nothing.
But
Yeah.
my agenda was to assert my authority and don't let anyone else show you up.
Oh boy.
So, yeah.
So yeah, I think all that
Awesome.
stuff together, the agendas, which are sometimes in cinematic mode, they're often in conflict with each other. Those kind of drive the play too. So it's kind of it's a nice little mechanic.
Yeah, we were definitely in conflict. That worked really
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
It was good.
Indeed.
Well, I'm going to tell
All
folks
right.
if you like this actual play session, please hit the like button down below and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already hit subscribe. We really appreciate it, and hit that little bell notification that lets you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload content, and it just helps us grow this show on YouTube, and we really appreciate that. Let's just go around. John, thank you so much for coming on and making your debut on the show, and Pablo too. Pablo,
Yeah,
like I
first
said.
timers.
Since you ditched the dock, you're welcome back anytime, my friend.
Okay.
We'll have to,
This will not be forgotten.
and John, you are. And John, we'll have to have you on as well. I know that you're a fan of many games, and so we'll have to showcase more of those on the show as well.
Sure.
Jordan, thank you for coming on and giving your night. I know we all have families. We all have people that we could be spending time with. So I really appreciate everybody that comes on. Will and Chris, thank you for giving your time and being on. This has been Victory Condition Gaming, because winning shouldn't be the only victory condition when you get to the table. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Bye.